Everyone, hello, how are all of you doing? I believe the microphone, okay, we're doing good. I messed around with some settings, so we'll see how things go, but hi, let me get through the names here. We have Rudy, hello, the Rudy Forge, and Jack, hello, and I'm a little confused what you mean, the comment, the Crude Forge, that one surprises me a little bit. I know it's summer and everything, but I haven't decided on a design, so again, a little confused there. And hi Ignoron, and hi Louie from YouTube. Welcome in. I hope your week's been great. You sound kind of loud, but it's fine. Okay, good. I changed the position of the microphone, so hopefully if I yell, it won't be too bad. But we'll see. We'll see. And hi Preston. Hello. Welcome in. Yesterday I had to cancel stream because I got a headache, but I'm feeling much better now. And yep, I am feeling a-okay today. Much better today. Earlier today, I went to a cat cafe for the first time, and it was really fun. I couldn't stay for long since I had to stream, and the schedules don't quite align, but I had a lot of fun. It's the first time I ever got to pet a cat, and oh man, I'm telling you, the setup right now is very janky. If it was a one time, what was I thinking? Oh, if I wasn't sure, we need to test it out. Hi, Scyther. Do you mean the microphone volume? And let the battle for the chat crown begin. And thank you. Hold on.
Became a YouTube member.
Find the thingamajiggy. That thing there. The name is Arrow Vamp. Is that how you say it? Thank you for becoming a member on YouTube, and welcome to stream. Hello, and welcome all in. And first time petting a cat? Yep. I'm surrounded by dog people, so all I've ever known is dogs. But in the future, someday soon, I want to get a cat to try the cat experience, as I grew up not knowing how sweet cats could be. And only recently, I think in like the past few years, I've understood how sweet they could be. And am I just gonna murder us tomorrow? Tomorrow won't be Deltarune, it'll be game dev stuff since I missed yesterday. And yep, the microphone volume, is it too loud? Are we a-okay? I can turn it down. And let's see, hello fellow yapper. Hi Banana, is that how you say it? Welcome in, hello. Let me see, if I do this, does that help a little bit? Are we a-okay to go in that regard? It's always a little funny messing around with the settings. I think of too big, too small, too much, too little. And I'm hoping I won't bump the microphone arm too much, but if I do, we'll move it. We'll see how it goes. And give the microphone volume. Well, there is a guard in place, so if I get very loud, it'll modify itself, as you can see, hopefully. I didn't see it peak, so we're good to go in that regard. And trying to make a black hole in Blender. Best of luck, that sounds very difficult. And hi Ezra, first time catching up on stream, happy to be here. Well, welcome in, and thank you again for the membership. I hope you have a lovely time here. I hope you have a lot of fun. And it seems like half the VTubers out there are allergic to cats. I am allergic to everything. You know what? I've owned, I think, 4 dogs. I'm allergic to dogs, but you know what? Just because there's allergies doesn't mean I have to accept them. If I have to live every day taking allergy medication just to enjoy the livelihood of animals, so be it. I'll do it. And I'll do it with a smile. Animals are way too cute to accept the fact. And how about the Witch Hat and Blender? I haven't touched Blender yet. Sometime soon. And nice, more Stardust for next time. We'll see how things go. And I did read that. Yep, and we're good. And the Guardian is an Eldritch being too. That little guy down there, yeah. But he's not much of a guardian. He's more like I wouldn't call him a pet. He wouldn't be a sidekick. He's just here. He's just here. His name is Bobby. He's just here for the vibes, I tell ya. He's here to relax and chillax. And I just realized that Iris has elf ears. I've had them. What do you mean? The issue is, just because of the way that it's zoomed in, a lot of people don't notice the eyes, and a lot of people don't notice the ears, and a lot of people don't notice the teeth. And let's see, you have to be allergic to everything if you're VTuber, is what I'm learning. Yeah, there are allergies to grass, you know. I wouldn't be surprised. Not one bit. And I did read that. Good, good, lovely, lovely. We're okay and good to go. Let me get some water then before we get started. And after 6 months of watching, it's the little things. Well, I'm glad you noticed. I'm glad you're paying attention. Come on, let me get some water. Okay, we're good to go. And that timer is just about up. So let me explain what we'll be doing today. So let me go ahead and go to here and go, let's see here. Yep, this is the place I want to be. Transition.
Akari, I subscribed on
Thank
YouTube.
you, Akari. Is that how you say it? Thank you for the subscription. Welcome to stream. Welcome in. I hope you have a lot of fun. And let's see. So everyone just knows a part of him and nobody knows how he really looks. He's got a few emotes, but he's never, well, you can see, right? A few doodles. I don't know how to draw an octopus, so it's a little bit difficult to draw a lot of art for him. But one day I'll get good. And hi Anna, welcome in. And yo, what's up, gang? yo. welcome in. I hope you've been well. And I remember your early streams had your eyes looking crossed often. I'm trying to get better at repositioning here my microphone, so we'll see how things go. I can certainly still cross-eyed, but the goal is to not, unless I'm forcefully doing it. Saying that, today's stream should be a lot of fun. I don't know how well it's going to go, but we'll see. The last time we did a clothing stream, and I should have had this pulled up, let me go to YouTube. Yep, let me double check, because I'm actually very curious to see when the last time a clothing stream was done. And then I go here, clothing. The last time a clothing stream was done was 9 months ago. That's a really long time. Wow, I'm surprised. No, he's an octopus. I was thinking he was a fish. You know, you wouldn't be the first. And 0 out of 10 pun, a threadergy, I tell ya. A threadergy. I guess that's what you mean. It's beautiful. I don't know what you mean, check. So we'll start off with the Pixelart of the day, talk about a resources recap. So talk about what we did last time 9 months ago for the study and what I want to try doing this time. Then we'll get into the study itself and see if we can draw, and then we'll do the community review at the end. And how dare you, he looks like a turtle. I've heard that one too. How terrible. And let's see. That was an octopus. I always wondered what the green thing was. There's a better depiction of him over there. I hope that clears things up. Let me bring you into Purif. But before then, let me move Purif up here like that. Yep. And then let me bring all of you to, hold on. Gotta move the right screens here. So you go there. And then we go here. Yeah. And now we're in Purif. Welcome in. So let me zoom in a little bit here. Let me do. Let's see. This guy here needs to be shown, and then I need to hide the timer like that, so we should be all good to go. So welcome on in. Welcome in. It is, well, at the start of the stream, I like to do a Pixelart of the day. This is where we spend, now it was 5 minutes before, now it's 8 minutes, but we look at some Pixelart I either find on YouTube, Twitter, well, I guess it could be YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, places of the likes, and I try to find art I like at a glance and find the artist behind it, things of that nature. And we spend 8 minutes trying to dissect the art. Feel like we'll understand why we do like it or we don't like it. The idea is that a lot of getting better at something is getting a lot of input. So while, for example, you want to make games, you gotta play a lot of games. You want to make art, you gotta look at a lot of art. As how can you know what to make if you don't know what's out there? And that's Pixelart. The posing reminds me of trading cards. Interesting. It might be a little bit hard to see from this distance, so I'll be zooming in a second. But I wanted to make sure we talked about who did it. So this was Ozik and Ozix2NC. That's my best guess. But they drew this lovely Pixelart here. So I wanted to see if we could figure out why we like it, why we dislike it. You've got some pointers up there if you're not sure what to talk about. I usually like talking about the colors, so let's get into things. Let me go ahead and click that guy there. Start the timer all the way up, and let us continue. Alrighty, so first thing first, and hi, mouth of it. Hello, and how's the head? Head's feeling so much better. I can speak words a little bit loudly now. I'm feeling much better. Thank you for asking. So take a look at this, just generally. What do you feel when you look at this art? I feel like it's very soft. That's the feeling I'm getting. And I can make this a little bit smaller. There we are, just so I can write notes here. So I'll put on here, I'm getting feelings. Nope, that's not feelings. Feelings, I'm getting soft, I'm getting sweet. And I think it's because of the colors, right? We have colors of green and pink and blue. And these are, well, yellow too, but we'll go with big colors. I'm seeing like a lot of green here, some green, and some pink. So those are the 3 colors I'm seeing most of. And I think these feel like spring. And that's why they're soft. I'll put spring. S-P-R-I-G. Spring. And hi, Mir. Welcome in. And hi, I built my PC and got the tablet. Congratulations. Building a PC is terrifying. I think I've broken my PC twice trying to upgrade it. And TIL, yellow is a small color? Yeah. For example, I think maybe you could even call this red if you really wanted to, but I think overall, right, there's yellow here, but the big colors I'm seeing are that blue, green, and pink. And building PC is easy, that's what they all say, I tell ya. And I got a stupid question, what do you mean? And what was the free app that was similar to Concepts? No worries, Mir, free app similar to Concepts. I believe it was, Excalidraw? E-X-C-L-I-D-R-A-W. I think that was the one. And it was references or something. Give me 1 second. I can send you the link to the programs I use, and maybe that'll make it a little bit easier. And I did read that. Good. And wondering your thoughts about that. So let's see. I have a question. It's a little off topic, but I was wondering if you're planning on making the calibration to a minigame. It could be something like creating the ingredients for the game. I can talk about that in a second, Preston, and think about it since there's a timer up here. And why isn't the timer timering? Hold on. Off to a great start already, I say. Let me move you here. Yup. And then, and let's just call it 4 minutes. I'll get to your questions once the timer is up, all right? Let's see. Speaking here, right, the goal is to do something related to what we're talking about. So since we're talking about clothing today, I really want to take a look at the clothing here. I feel like the clothing feels realistic, right? And timer's still sick. Oh yeah, it's living in the past. So let's see. What can I say about this? It feels like there's multiple colors being used and shading. So I'll say colors/shading is used to create DEPTH, depth. I think that's the word. And the background feels old-timey, like a postcard of sorts. Interesting. I can see it, yeah. Background feels like postcard, or maybe like a trading card, like the ones you'd see, and they would have stats at the bottom and the top. I can certainly see it. And oh, hi, Torin, welcome in. Kicks in the door, just like Carl Lagerfeld. Show me the clothes. Well, they're right here. No need to look any further. Saying that, what else are we seeing? I think it's interesting to note for here, for this edge, right? If I zoom out, it doesn't look quite thick. However, this line here, for showing that side, it's very thin. I think that's interesting to note. We also have here, and this is what I mean by shading, in the sense of there's a color here, and then there's a color here. And those colors, only if it's two, blot in a feel of shading. Shading blots in shading. Ah, yes. Very much sense. Let's see. Yeah. Shading. Let's see. Background feels like postcards, trading cards, etc. Yeah. And then we'll go here to two colors on skirt. SKIRT, or skirt/dress. DRESS for shading. Got ya. Okay. And then let's see. What else could we put? Let's see. I could also see being a mail stamp. Yeah, I could see the mail stamp. Mail stamp. Here we are. And I used Purif. It's solid Purif's very good. And I went to the old stream of Purif. Good. Lovely. I'm glad you figured it out. And hi. Is it Seed or Saed Ode? Is that how you say it? Welcome in. Welcome to stream. I don't believe I've seen that name before, so welcome. And hi to you as well, Santa Pa. Welcome in. Welcome to all of you. So let's see. Something else I think to notice is that shadows. Yeah, shadows. SHADOWS.
Danny 1280 just followed.
Is that how you say it? Thank you for the follow and welcome in. I would say the shadows are one color. Right, for example here. For the shadow under her hand, one color. For the shadow here, also one color. Interesting. Okay. Anything else we can notice? I'd say there is colored lines, right? It's all one color. So I'll do that. One color, COLOR outline, OUTLINE, not shaded. And what I mean by this is that they're all using the same color. It's this green here. So regardless of where the outline is, it's all the same color, which is interesting for her hair, right? same color here except for here. So when I say shading, this is what I mean. Where you can see, right, it's shaded here, but not here. But then here, there's no difference in color. It's just all the same color, which is interesting to note. And did I miss anything? No, we're good. And no worries about the question. No, it's off topic. How about you just learn to listen to your squeaky? Not again! Were you the one that called my laugh a squeak toy? Oh man, let me click on enter here, and the little bit of floor is really neat. It makes it feel magical. Yeah, that's true. This guy down here is what you're talking about, Check, I think? Let me zoom out a little bit. I feel like it's some sort of dreamscape, but then when you have that little floor there, it reminds you, hey, we're actually in reality, and the time is up. Anything else I want to note about this? Not really. Or I guess dark line to show crease. I think that's one more I want to note. And hi, Blitz, welcome in. You can see, right, what I mean by this is, do you see how there's sometimes a dark line used for extra areas? Like there's a dark line here, there's a dark line here, there's a dark line here, here. They're scattered everywhere just a little bit, and I think it helps add that oomph of extra. And Bobby's a squeak toy. It's just every time I'm squeezing him, I'm laughing. And I did read that. Good. And my tablet is a Canvas 13 Gen 3. I unfortunately don't know many brands. I only ever once looked up brands, and that was years ago when I got my Wacom. But congratulations, I hope it's everything you want. It's fun when you can get cool, neat tools. And currently working on a game when I do the clothes for the animal characters. I struggle with detailing the clothes, so this is helpful. I'm really glad to hear it. I'm really happy, as I feel like, or for me at least, when I do these studies, I try my best to do studies that I want to do, or more so, that would feel useful to do. So for example, I don't think I'll be drawing a car anytime soon, so doing a car study wouldn't really be helpful for me specifically. However, doing clothing studies would be helpful because I'm drawing a lot of characters soon. Now, for that question asked earlier about the programs, let me go ahead and do exclamation FAQ, and then let me go ahead and copy and paste it here. So to that question earlier, that's that there, and then the question about calibration and being a minigame, that sounds like a fun idea, and a great idea too. That could be a possibility. Yep. If you can remind me tomorrow, Preston, I think that's who suggested it, I can put it on the board, or at the end of stream, that too. And let me make sure. Yep. And what about a car or a hoodie? On a hoodie? Car on a hoodie? I don't think I'd ever do it, but it could be a possibility, and clothing and character are weaknesses. Oh yeah. I'm both looking forward and dreading this, so let me go back into planning here. Alrighty. So we did our Pixelart of the day. Let's talk about resources and then do a recap. So to quickly discuss things, let's just put the Discord in there. Thank you. Let me talk about that first before we even get into the other things. So I'll go ahead and paste this in here. Now, if you participate along in this draw together, well, it's not even a draw together, it's a study stream. Draw together is completely different. But if you're trying to draw along, or you want to try drawing characters, you can go to the Discord, and at the end of the stream, we'll check and see if anyone's drawn things. Let me click this guy here and click on, let's see, this guy here. Then if I click on this guy, you should see this is the Discord. Once you're in the welcome page here, you can go all the way down here to Pixelart Study with me, and at the very top, you'll see Clothing Study. And we've done previous studies before, so if you happen to study along and want to put your study here, we'll take a look at the end of stream to see if anyone's put it up here. Now, I will be using this palette. I almost forgot to link it. So if you're also not sure what colors to use, these are the ones I'll be using. So that answers that question there. And hi, Ansia. Welcome in. Welcome to stream. And I'll do my best to remind you tomorrow. Thank you. And I know feature creep is a worrying thing for games. Oh yeah. But you know, it's just slow but steady wins the race, right? It's just a slow thing. Now, to talk about resources very briefly, let me bring you into this guy here. Now, if any of you didn't know, I have a website. You can go to erisezra.com. It'll bring you to this guy here. And for these study streams, what I like to do is I try my best to find as many resources as I can on certain topics. This is a topic we've studied before. We've also studied characters before. So let me go ahead, and if you click here, for example, there's getting started for Pixelart. So if you wanted to get into Pixelart but aren't sure, I have a video here, and they also have programs I recommend, things of that nature. So if there's questions, it will hopefully be answered here. I talk about books, articles, things of that nature. So let me scroll all the way back up, as today we're talking about characters and clothing. So if I click character study here, and let me go ahead and do exclamation study here, and it should do that there. And then let me also link this in YouTube, since it won't let me do chat quite well. and I will join the DC, no worries, but I don't think I can draw right now. Again, no worries, this is all optional, but if you ever do draw clothing, feel free to put it there, as it is relevant to the area. And hi, Aska, welcome in. And I'm glad I got started with this. I'm improving a lot. I'm really happy to hear Blitz. I certainly think, you'll see, the first time I did this 9 months ago, compared to hopefully the now stuff, will be completely different. I definitely think it's working, maybe just not as fast as I'd hope. And I did read that, good. But I'll be more than happy to participate in later study sessions. Well, as long as you're thinking about it, it's okay. But even if you weren't, I appreciate the thought alone. Saying that, let me go ahead and scroll down here. Now, we've covered different parts of characters, right? Clothing, hair, and if I click on this clothing guy here, there's not many videos I could find on clothing subjects itself. So sometimes I'll link videos if I can find them on clothing. However, because there's not, I just have videos here linking the topic of clothing. So just general art videos here. And hi, Rodrigo, ciao. hello, and welcome in. So if I click back on here, we scroll down, there's not only a playlist, there's also websites I've been able to find for just things in general. So you can see here, there's a website here that needs to be fixed. So close your eyes, ignore that. I believe there's a clothing here, Fabric. Maybe it's just not linked. Yeah, it's just not linked. I'll have to modify that link, but it should bring you to this guy. And I like these GIFs because they're easy to understand. And hi, I was Mateo? Is that how you say it? Welcome in, and can't help but notice. Isn't it blue? Let's see, it's blue, pink, and purple? I don't have much pink in me. But welcome in, welcome to stream. Let's see. If I scroll down here, one thing I think not a lot of people know about it. Yeah, that's the first time. One thing I don't hear a lot of people talk about is this website called the Spriter's Resource. So if I click on this guy, you can see it brings us to a website where there are a lot of different sprites. Now, what we did, right, just a while ago, back when we did the sprite study or the pixel art of the day, if you wanted to make something like this, it'd be very hard to know where to start, since you have to ask yourself, how big do I want to make this? What is the size? Do I have to go in and zoom in and count? So a website like this makes it a little bit easier. And I believe it's just pink and purple. Maybe. I'll have to double check. Let me go back into this guy here. And what I've done is I've linked a lot of pixel art games. Any game I can find that has characters in here, I link them. As if I go and click, for example, let's go with Eastward. I click this here. It lets us see all the assets of the game. People have spent their time figuring out the assets. From here, what I can do is I can click download the sheet. So let me go ahead and click that guy there. And then from there, I can bring it into my pixel art program of choice. In this case, it is Aseprite. I use Aseprite. And then I go to my downloads. I can drag and drop it, bring you into this guy here. And there's definitely blue. There's blue in my space buttons. But if I zoom in here, right, I can now tell specifically, all right, if I want to make a character this size, I know that he is 32 wide by 48 tall. And it gives us a better line of reference. It makes studying and getting to that style a lot easier. And your eye's more violet than pink, I think. You know, I didn't even think about the eye, but it's a pink eye. And are you making sure to add your videos today in the links? You're bringing so much knowledge with your own videos. Thank you, Preston. I try my best to link the videos. I think I did. Hopefully I did. If not, I'll check afterwards. And hi, Tilak. Hello, beautiful. welcome in. And thank you. And never mind them. Oh, you're A-okay, Ansia. I know it's a little bit hard to see me at this distance. Hold on. I might be able to just, does this work? Can you see it a little bit better? Blink. Alrighty, back into where were we? We were in this guy here. So from here, that's that. We also have another website called itch.io. Kind of similar, except if you're game dev, you probably know about this one a little bit more. And if I click this guy, you'll see there's a lot of character assets. So if you're a game dev, you've probably downloaded them. It's a spooky song again. I thought I got rid of this song. Let me just, you didn't hear it. And the idea is that as a game dev, you're going through here, you're downloading these assets to put into your game. Another thing you could do is download these assets to study. And giant, beautiful, big. And what about a jump scare warning? Never. I'll always take you by surprise. And if I go here to my character template, this is the template I'll be using. Hopefully, by the end of this month, I'll add animations for idle, running, and walking. Possibly. I've been currently studying walking and running animations, so we'll see. But the hope is that we'll be using this little guy here and this little guy, so both of these guys. And if you want to download this, you can. It is free to download, so if you want to try adding clothing to them as study, that's why I have these guys up here. And did I miss anything? We're good. Yep, clothing. And give me personal space. There is no personal space in space. One can't exist without the other. Let me go back into here, and I think that's everything we have. Yep. And I believe there was once a 5 streak of big airs appearing once a weekend. Now that I have that slide, it makes it very easy to do things. I believe that's everything to cover. Let me go back into planning here. So let's see. Oh, wrong guy. Let me hide that guy. And there is no such thing as a jump scare warning. Big scare. So let's see. Pixelart of the day, done. Resources, done. I talked about the community reveal. Now let's talk about a recap. So last time we covered this concept, and let me go back to draw here. Last time we covered it, this was the result. And looking back, I'm really happy with how it came out. But at the same time, it's a thing of, back then I didn't have the templates that I'll be using, so I didn't have these guys to draw on, which made studying clothing a little bit harder. However, I'm hoping now that we have that template to draw on, it'll be easier to do. And today, I realized is that ellipses are harder to draw than circles. And Sia, have you heard, just curious here, if you do the circle tool, right, you can hold, so you have this guy here for the circle. If you hold Alt, you can do something like this with Aseprite. I don't know if you use Aseprite, but it allows you to do different guys, which I think is really neat. You can hold Alt and Control and it can give you different ellipses. So maybe that will be a, oh no, I refuse. I see. Hands, got ya. No worries then. Ellipses are hard to draw from him, 100%. And hi Zero. welcome in. And oh,
Preston became
I'm
a
surprised.
YouTube member.
Thank you for becoming a member, Preston, and welcome on in. I hope these studies are very handy to you, and thank you again. What a surprise. And welcome in, Zero. Welcome in. And you draw with mouse? I mean, there are some really good pixel artists that draw with mouses, and I was about to say mice. And did I miss anything? We're good there. And what's the clothing on the small iris on the plan card? Looks comfy? Well, hold on. I can quickly pull this up, I think. And surprise ninja, 0 attack. And I did read that. Good. And I recently got a mouse that has buttons on it so I can mouse between my draw and erase function. Ooh, interesting. I have buttons on my mouse, but I need to figure out how to find them. Let me see if I can quickly check for the, let's see. Is it that guy there? Nope. Let me double check here. But if not, we'll get started into things because I'm curious to see. If I click on here, you, and then click on Aseprite, and then click on this guy here. Yep, you'll be able to see. I have this here and this here. These are the two I've been trying to draw. Got a little Bobby here, doodle. Trying to figure out clothing here, and a little Gabby that's not working. And I used my phone to draw because Pixelart, I'll draw Pixelart because they don't have a PC yet. But as soon as I get a PC, the first thing I'll do is get Aseprite. Aseprite's really good, but there's a lot of good mobile options for Pixelart as well. I've used a few. I'm not used to using it on mobile yet, but I have used a few. So let me go ahead and close that there. And I like the mouse for smaller sprites. Bigger stuff, use my Wacom tablet. Yeah. Smaller stuff, I've found mouse easier. And I just brought Aseprite last week, and I'm trying to get the hang of it. Do you have any tips for that, Santa Pa? If we go back here really quickly, I believe, hold on, getting started with Pixelart here. Yep. If I scroll down here, articles, website, video. I believe, is it this guy here? That's the video I'm thinking of. Video playlist? Yeah. There's a video playlist called the Pixelart Starter Kit that I have. And this person, Sunny in particular, she goes over tips for pixel art using Aseprite and tools and things of that nature. So hopefully that's helpful. And let's see. I mean, if you should invest in better tools, got ya. And that's hair? I thought it was a cloak. Nope. and this is kind of weird. It's an investment. All right, we're good to go. And hi, Shadow. Welcome in. Welcome to the stream. So, with all of that said, I think we're making good time. Try my best to start about 30 minutes in, so we're good to go. Let me go back into draw. So, this is the palette I'll be using, and these are the little guys I'll be using. And the hope is that we'll be able to draw a few. Well, I'll try to draw cloaks, dresses, and hopefully we'll also get to some shirts and pants and ears. Remember to breathe. I try. It feels like the only time I do breathe is when The only time I do breathe is when I laugh. But breathing, it does happen. So let me go ahead and copy this guy into, hold on. This guy into here. And we're also going to need the side and back part of you. So I need you, yep, and you. We might try to do all three, but we'll see. And let's see. I have trouble with finding colors in clothes and hydrate.
Check underscore
I
16
suppose.
just
And
redeemed
I have trouble with
hydrate.
finding colors with clothes and not make the sprite all meshed together and make it hard to see. Oh, hopefully we'll talk about that arrow. I have a way. Usually I use color mode, so when we get to that, we'll see. As hopefully I can help a little bit. And currently my main app is called Pixelart. Interesting. But the devs abandoned the app and it's starting to break. If you go to that getting started or the video, Sahed or Seed, is it? Or Saed, maybe. I do go over programs I recommend as well for Pixelart on mobile. So hopefully that'll help. And did you drink or did you forget? Water time is now. All right, we're good to go. And I did read, oh, you do so much. I have no doubt you're going to be running the wiki page for your game too. Thank you. And it's pronounced Palais. Is that how you say it, Zero? I'm a little confused what you mean by that one. And Palais, or did you mean palette? Let me go ahead and grab the side guide here. So let me go ahead and grab you, paste you in here, and let's see. You here, and then we need to grab little Timmy. So I'll go ahead and grab this little guy here. We need the side, all of you guys here. Now, there's a few games that I have that we can try to figure out how to do the clothing of. I wasn't sure how to tackle a clothing study. Last time we did it a little bit differently, so I'm hoping this time in Palais. Is that better? Possibly. And let me go ahead and grab the back guy of you here. Copy, and then paste in here. There we are. Okay. Let me go ahead and close you, and we should be good to go. Let me go ahead and duplicate you, move you down, and we're going to try our best to draw these guys with some clothing. Let me go ahead and save you. Now, we have some games available, and I think that was what I wasn't sure how to tackle. Now, do you think we should do clothing, or not clothing, but I feel like dresses might be the easiest to tackle first. Possibly. And on the drawing circles and ellipses, how do you make them feel natural and asymmetrical, like faces? It depends. Usually I start with a face or with something, and then I just slowly add on as I'm going around. And joke not land? No, it didn't. I'm trying over here, Zero, but it's just not connecting. And hi, Emma Romer. Is that how you say it? Hello. Welcome in. I don't believe I've seen your name before. And there's more Tim and Tem emotes on Discord than the Bobby ones. Discord allows me to do like 50. Twitch, not so many, but I'm trying with the Bobby emotes. So let's see. What I think would be easiest to tackle first, as there's a lot of guys here. But let's go slowly. Let's start on dresses. I feel like dresses might be the easiest to do. So we'll start with this game. It's called Loop Hero. They have a lot of dresses and cloaks. So what I wanted to do was see if we could figure out why they look the way they do. And the issue with YouTube is it only has 5 slots, which is a shame, but I tried to do my best ones. I hope you enjoy them, Preston. As well to you as well, Arrow. So let's see. We have some cloaks here, but we're looking specifically for the dresses. So we have a dress here. It seems to be 2 colors. There's some cloaks. So only dresses here. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and crop you here. And I think the best way to do this would be to try to just see if we can get an understanding of the field. So what I'll do is I'll move this guy over. I'll go ahead and paste this into here. And we'll see if we can figure out why and try to draw this. Now, granted, it's at a different angle. I still think there are different things we can apply. For example, there's only 2 colors getting used here, right? So I think it's still possible. So let me go ahead and zoom in here. And actually, I think we'll only be using maybe you. So I'll go ahead and grab you, move you. I'll go ahead and rename you to Loop Hero, L-O-O-P-H-E-R-O. All right, and my main problem with clothes is shading in a way that makes the clothes look like actual clothes. Oh yeah, that is my main problem as well. The first time I did this, I think it's this guy here, you can see I struggled with shading. I'm probably also going to struggle with shading. But the hope is that the more we do this, the better we get. And I think it'll be a good idea to study the characters of Symphony of the Night. I will copy that, Zero, so I can save it for later. Thank you for the recommendation. There we are. And isn't the space between the buns on your head a passage with jokes flying over your head? No, there's no space. What do you mean? I'm confused on that one. And me too. Oh yeah. And first time watching you live. I'm interested in learning Pixelart and found your channel, and now I'm here. Well, welcome in, and thank you. I hope it's helpful. I do tend to get a little bit sidetracked on these live ones, but hopefully not too sidetracked. So what I want to do is, this is this guy here, and I want to see if we can emulate this drawing style in the sense of there's 2 colors. There's a light color and there's a dark color. These are the colors I'm using on here, and if you want these colors, they are linked in the Discord. I yet to add them to like low spec. So for now, they are in the Discord if you want to use these guys. But let's see. There's like an orange and then a dark orange. So I think I'll grab these two. Maybe these two are the colors that we'll use. And I wanted the template, but I don't have Aseprite yet. Oh, Ansia, I believe the template should also be for PNG. So you should be okay, I think. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but hopefully I think I added it so that it's also a PNG version. So it's not just .Aseprite. And something just came up, no worries. So I think these are two colors we can use. And if it's not Ansia, I don't mind uploading the images to the Discord for the meantime. And then after stream, I'll add the PNGs. But please correct me if I'm wrong, as that was the hope, is that you were able to do it regardless of if you had Aseprite or not. So let me go ahead and do a new file here. And then from here, and where can I find the template? If you do, I believe, exclamation template. Let's see if it works. Look at that. Lovely to see. Great job. No, Nancy, you're not stupid. I usually am very blind. So we can be blind together. Alrighty. So let me go ahead and move you about here. Seems to be right. There's a bit up top. So I'll go ahead and add this area up here. And we also need this guy here. Let me drag and drop ya. About here. Yep. And Librasprite also can use .ase files. Ooh, I did not know that. And welcome in, Neko. Actually, you know what? That makes sense. Because Librasprite's like a fork of Aseprite, right? So it certainly makes sense. But welcome in. I don't believe I've seen that name before. What I'm trying to do currently is I'm trying to get that feel of the dress. So right now, all I'm doing is adding the areas. And there seems to be, right, there's no line here. There's no outline. There's kind of like a V-neck here. And she kind of has poofy areas. So I'll add the poofiness here. But remember, we have to worry about the outline. However, she doesn't have an outline. So for now, we won't do an outline. Just do something like this, I think. And then it kind of comes in. So I'm trying to get that feel, right? And then there's some highlights. So maybe I can add a highlight here, like this. And then there's also a highlight here. So maybe what I can do is add the highlight here. And let's see, like a chest plate, it feels like. So maybe something like this. And then we have this guy here, kind of coming in possibly. And 4 pupils and still blind. And I also have glasses too. It's a never-ending battle, I tell you. Let's go ahead and add the dress. And I'm thinking maybe we can do something like this, right? It kind of curves in, so maybe instead we can do something like this here. And kind of feels like a dress. I feel like it's possibly a dress. And in fact, there are times when I prefer Librasprite over Aseprite. Interesting. I haven't tried it out yet, but I've heard really good things about it. So let's see. This is kind of a paler color. Is there a paler tone I can use? Nope. Which means we try our own colors. So this guy here needs to be a little bit paler. So I'll try that color. Kind of feels more in line with that guy there. And let's see. And so nice. And have you uploaded anything to low spec? No. That's one thing I plan to do. I haven't made an official palette yet. I've been trying to get a palette ideas. And welcome back, by the way. Tanel, is it? Is that how you say it? Is it Tanel? Welcome in, and please correct me if I'm wrong. As yeah, I want to upload palettes to Librasprite, but right now I'm not sure which one. For example, this one here is taken from a Minecraft texture pack where the colors were, hold on, the colors look like this. And since I like these colors, I just upped the saturation. And this isn't technically my palette, so I've been working bit by bit to make my own. Right now, I think the closest I've gotten is this guy here. But I think the color's a little bit too much, so again, it's that thing of when I make an official one, you'll know. You will know. And have you uploaded? I did read that. Good. And how does the size of Pixelart influence how you plan the clothes design? For me, the easiest way I've been finding to draw things is to do this method, what you see here, where I'm blobbing things out. So for example, I'm seeing kind of blobs here. There's kind of a little bit of separation. So maybe even blob like that. Maybe we can add a blob here. Maybe something like that for our area. And I'm looking here. So I'm just trying to get the general shape. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Slide you over there. And you can see, right, there's kind of a teardrop blob. And that's the shapes I'm trying to see. So for example, here, it kind of looks like this and like this. So that's the shapes I'm trying to make. I'm just trying to keep in mind the general shape. So let's see, click that guy there. And it's amazing what you can do with Pixelart. It really is. Pixelart is lovely. I have had such a fun time learning how to draw it. I feel like it's been a lot easier, but at the same time, a lot harder than regular, typical. And unless you're Estonian, you're not going to pronounce the name quite right. I see. An attempt was made, but that's really neat to hear. I don't think anyone from Estonia, I think it is, right, has ever been on here before, so welcome in. And it's all good to hear. Attempts are always made. So for here, I'm seeing a line. So I'm just trying to add that sense of a line, as there's a bit of an area here. So kind of like something like this. And then I want to see if I can add one more droopy bit here. But it's a little tricky because there's no separation. So something like this possibly, but it still feels a little funny, I'd say. And the issue is because this guy's so small, it's a little hard to get those curves in. And sometimes you're not going to get those curves in, which is fine to have. Maybe something like this is a little bit better. Maybe something like that I think is a little bit better. And she butchers my name all the time. I try to, as I say it wrong again. I think this works out well. For being something similar to this dress, I think it works out. Saying that, is there anything else we can add? We have this dark area here, right? This dark area here, there seems to be a line. However, I don't think we can add the line just because of how small the character is. But I think overall, we have that feel that is here. If anything, we might add, let's see, something like this in here. Then again, that, I quite like this better. Actually, nope, never mind. I take it back. I like maybe that there? Nah. I feel like these guys here worked out better. Kinda, sorta. And you managed to pronounce my name properly with enough time. Oh yeah. You just have to give me a little bit of help. And you can pronounce anything well. Oh yeah. Practice makes perfect. And I've got more than enough time to try things. And there's a part of the experience here. We're lucky she's not charging us for IT. What's for IT mean? Let's see. I'm just trying to get the round feel. There's separations here. However, again, because of the size we have, it just might not be possible, which is okay. It's just something to keep in mind. I think this might be the closest we get to that round feeling. So we'll keep it. We'll keep it here. Now, is there a way we can do that size on this little guy? I'm not sure. Let's give it a try. So again, right, we have the poofy arms. So let's see, poofy arms, and then we have the area for the chest. So maybe something like this. And then we have this guy here. It's gonna be really tricky just because he's so small. Maybe something like that, and maybe something like this. I feel like this helps with the curves a little bit more. Then we'll go ahead and grab that lighter color here. And oh, hold on. Let me grab you here. And because of the size, isn't less more? 100%, yeah. And will the player be able to see most of the detail? Not at all. If I zoom out a little bit, I feel like this is more than enough. If anything, I feel like there should be a separation possibly, like here and here. I'm not too sure, but certainly less is more. Yep. You can see I moved up a lot, but a lot of her like little dots here, I don't even have the little dots. Maybe I could add a dot here, but usually less is more, which I've done here. And you can see as well, right? There's a line underneath that I didn't do. I just kept everything simple. If anything, what I would do in this design is I think I would add a darker part here to show the bottom of the dress. So something like this is, I think, what I would do to show more definition. Since we only have 2 colors, that's what I'm sticking to. And let's see. Yeah, without cutting them out of the game like you did with the Loop Hero sprites. Hold on. Because the size isn't less more, will the player be able to see more of the detail without cutting them out of the game like you did with the Loop Hero sprites? I think it depends on the size, right? How big is the screen compared to the character? Some games have the characters this small. Some games have the character this small. So I think it 100% depends on how big. For Loop Hero, I think the size was about this big when I played it. So you could see a little bit of detail, but not a lot of detail. But it still made it feel nice. And the colors make it look like a cloak you'll see on the medieval monk. You think a cloak? That's an interesting one. They have a lot of cloaks, so maybe, well, when we get around to cloak, we'll see. And it's 146 right now. Okay, so let's see. Continuing from here, I'll go ahead and add this dark color. Yep. And then we'll add this guy here. Now for how small this guy is, I don't know if we'll be able to add a lot of the feel that we have for the other guy, but I at least wanted to attempt. So it's kind of poofy here, right? And there's a bit of a separation. I think maybe, ooh, this is tricky. And let's play your game on a 50-inch screen TV. Fair point there. The size of the screen is also super important. The actual screen itself, or a theater. How about that? In a movie theater. So let's see. We have guys on the outside, so maybe something like this here. And then we also have the little guy on the inside. Ooh, this is tricky. We might not be able to even do anything here. Something like this, and then something like that, I think. And then maybe something like this here and that there. Tricky. Maybe even you'd have to change the design of the dress itself. So something like that might work out a little bit better. If I zoom, or not zoom out, but move this guy down here. The dress doesn't look quite the same, but I could see it still being the dress. Maybe even add this guy here for added details. With it, without it. I think both could work, but overall, I think it feels like the dress, which is the step 1, isn't it? So let me go ahead and save here, and let's try to look at another game. So that was Loop Hero. Let's see. And there's a lot of dress designs. You can see here as well the cloak. The cloak, I think, has the same exact colors, but they look different. And need an extra dark brown. What are those coordinates? Haven't seen any numbers like that in a long... Oh, there are coordinates. Hold on. I thought you were kidding. 300. Oh, no. Yeah, I think you were kidding. So what to say, there's coordinates all the way down here, but it does not go down there. And I did do that. Good, okay. And nice, release day will be played in a movie theater. I knew a guy that did maintenance for a theater and plugged in his PS3 to the projector. Oh, that sounds great. That sounds like it's such a neat thing to do, especially if it's closed. So let's see. I'll scroll down here, close down Loop Hero. We also have this game called Metal Max, and these sprites are smaller, so I'm hoping they'll be easier to do. We have here like a cloak and a dress here. So let's do this dress. I'll go ahead and copy you here, and we'll go ahead and undo this guy here. Yep. And for now, we'll keep the front. If we have time, we'll go back and do the sides, as a lot of these sprites don't have the sides, and I think it's a little bit easier to start with just the front and then work our way down, as we're using this as reference, but we can go back, I think. So for now, it'll be easier. And that kick sprite's awesome. There's a whole animation. She has a lot of kicking animations. They're really neat. The game is Metal Max 2, if you're interested in looking them up. All of these are found on the Spiders resource. And I did read that. Good. Okay. And impossible to say through chat. Oh yeah. Pronunciation, I've learned, is very tricky. So what I'll go ahead and do is I will... yeah, okay. I'll do this. I'll copy this guy and undo. M. Oh, hold on. M. There we are. Copy, paste. Move you down. And where's our little Timmy at? You did not get copied down. So Loop Hero. We have the dress. And we have the characters. Got ya. Okay. Copy, paste. Move you down here. Save it. Undo it. And we'll do the next game. So that game here. And then we have you. So I'll go ahead and copy you. We'll go ahead and do new layer, paste you, and do you here. So this one's a little bit of a different style, isn't it? And that's why I like doing these, to look at the style. Beforehand, we were doing it a different way, but I want to try doing it this way and going bit by bit and seeing if this works a little bit better. We'll see. And I can't wait to watch our characters kick out those hot-headed pyromancers. The thing is, the trope is hot-headed, and I'd love to do some, but it would be fun to have some go against the trope, where they're very calm and collected, and then the ice mages will be. They'll be hot-headed, some of them. I think it could be fun. So let's see. You there, and you are Metal Max 2. Metal Max, and then 2. There we are. Save you there. Go ahead and close you here. So, what are we seeing here for these guys? I'm seeing 3 colors and an outline. So we'll go ahead and have this guy as our outline. And then for here, I see a light color, medium, and dark color. So we'll see. Move this here. Light, medium, dark, and it's orange. So we'll stick to here. And we'll do, let's see, dark, medium, and then a light orange. So this is our dark, this is our medium, and then we have light. So maybe this guy, or maybe this guy. And hi, Flame Dew. Welcome in. Welcome to the stream. And I'm drawing my clothes on the wrong sprite. No worries, Ansia. It doesn't change much, but still, the idea is that these guys, these templates, are supposed to be suggestions. It's supposed to hopefully add an easier way for people to get started drawing pixel art, especially if it's a thing of like, I want to get better clothing, but you don't have anything to draw clothing on. For the first time I did this, I didn't have these little templates you can see here. And I think had I had these templates, it would have made things a little bit easier, since they are the desired size that I want to draw pixel art at. So doing these exercises on them make it a little bit easier. And I was right anyway, it's a radial view, so 2 sprites are the same. Oh, yeah. The radial, and I think I closed it. Yep, 2 sprites are the same. You're A-okay, Ansia. And orange 455 and, chartreuse? What are those numbers, Preston? Saying that, for this guy here, there's an outline, which I think should make things a little bit easier compared to this game where it's 2 tones, it seems like. And mostly the background's black, I think that's why. So let's see. Taking in the effect that we have this outline here, how could we possibly do this dress? And what I noticed right off the bat, the boots at least, and there aren't any boots here, so we'll try adding the boots. For the boot guys, I think it'd be easy to just add a line here for the, what would you call it, the cuffs of the boots. And let me move this guy over to make it easier since I'm blocking him a little bit maybe I'll move him up here. That way I can zoom in just a smidge, like that. Does that make it easier? And I used to work at a clothing store, the names of colors. Oh, I see. Chartreuse, never heard of that one before. And you can try the phonetic language. I see. Got ya. Okay, so I want to do shoes like this, right? And then it's a light gray and a really light gray. So what I'll do is, and we don't have a gray on here, so this is where we get creative. I'll grab this color and then undo you. We'll go up here to a lighter gray, and I'll go here since it's a lighter color, so I'm hue shifting. And then even lighter color, so I'll go up here, and I'll go again to lighter color. So we'll do these two colors for our boots. So let's see. I'll go ahead and grab this guy here, and then for the tip, oh, that's pretty neat. I can see why they do that for the boot tip. For their sprites as well, there's a bottom, so it's something like this, and then like this. However, for me at least, I like having it without the bottom, so we'll do it without the bottom. And then from there, we have the dress outline, so something like that. And, these pale folks. Well, the thing is, they're wearing like skin suits, so they're a-okay, they're fine. And then from here, there's kind of like maybe something like this, and then that there. I'll fill all of this in just to make it a little bit easier to see. And that did not help at all. Oh my. Let's see. There's no point here. Or maybe we could do a point like that, possibly. And all I'm doing again is I'm trying to keep in mind the outlines, right? I'm just adding the blob. So I start off with the black outline here, and then I go in. Let's see. Do we add the sky, remove the sky? Maybe if we add one more out here, it'll make it easier to see. Hey, look, this is triangular. Do we want to add a corner? We could not. Adding the corner certainly makes it pointy, but I think without the corner makes it a little bit easier. And then I think this is like a brassiere. Is that how you would say it? So maybe we can go in a little bit more and then add it around the shoulders, kind of like what we did before, but now we have the extra bonus of having an outline. And then it's kind of like here, I think. Something like this is, I think, what it should look like. And then there's a bit out here. She has, it seems like, a puffy area for this outline, but to keep things a little bit more on the simple side, we'll omit that white and just do orange here. So we'll go ahead and I'm just trying my best to see if I can get the feel down. That's what this really is, as I barely have any idea what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to go for the feels. Does it feel right? So I need to add another guy here, add another guy here. How much floof do I need to add to the overall area? For example, here, I want to make it round. So I'm slowly cropping in colors and trying to see, okay, does this make it round? It kind of makes it triangular, right? So I'm just going over and trying to see. If I add, for example, maybe I can do this guy here and then add this guy here. That way, I can just do lines like this and, oh, that does look floofier, does it? And will we be adding bouncy physics this stream, or are we trying different styles? Only different styles. We won't do animations this time around, as I think that's a completely different topic. I certainly won't be able to go over all the different styles here that I have listed. However, there's always coming back and doing another stream for animating clothing, especially because some of these guys have fronts, which make them easy to study. Some of them have backs and sides, and since I'm never sure how long things are going to take, for now we'll focus on front, and then we'll see. We'll go back, and I'm back. Welcome back. Was it Saeed or Saed? I couldn't figure out which one. So let me go ahead and hide these guys, reveal these two, and yep. Is there another dress here? Oh, there's one more. And actually there's two more. Interesting. Okay. 3 more, really. They seem to have the same outfit. So I'll go ahead and I'll go to you. Go ahead and copy up you. Actually, there's multiple. Oh my! Let me go ahead and drag you into here. And go ahead and undo you for just a quick second. And these look really good. These aren't mine. Keep in mind that. This is mine. This is from a game called Metal Max. I am referencing Metal Max too. And then there's let's see. There's this guy that's kind of like a cloak, so I'll copy that in. And we'll go ahead and paste it here. And I believe there's one more dress style, which was this white one here, which I think is also really neat. Hi, too crazy. Hello, and how can one learn Pixelart? I'm glad you asked. Welcome in. I believe I should be able to do exclamation PIXELARTGS. Does that work? It does. I have an article you can go through, but if you're more of a I don't like articles, there's also a video that I've made to get started. So I talk about the programs, people to watch, guides and tutorials, things of that nature. So if you're interested in that, that is right there for you to pursue or to view. Right now what I'm doing is I'm looking at different sprites from different games and seeing why they work, trying to deconstruct them. So for example, we have this game from Loop Hero, and I tried my best to figure out why the dress was. And so the idea of there's 2 colors here and they're using shadowing. For this guy, there's a lot more going on, so we're just going bit by bit, seeing what we come up with. And hi, just some random just some random rocks. Welcome back in. Welcome to stream. And it's Saeed. Yeah, I think. And you finished everything in 4 hours? Not always. There's been some times like the expression study where I couldn't finish in the 4 hours. I was only able to do 3 out of 6. So there's been times, and I've been trying to get a little bit better at doing things easier, have an easier time doing. So we're trying. There's certainly tries, but I do appreciate the compliment. And let's see. So right now I'm trying to look at this orange lady here. So if I'm just trying to get the look of it, maybe I'd bring an, oh, hold on. We have to turn back this guy on. And all I'm trying to do is get that dress feel. And looking at this, right, versus this, I feel this is a little bit better. Maybe what we can do is something like what they do here, where we add that little line there to add separation. And I think it does add separation. And then from there, that's where the poofy areas come out. And I was saying I like the idea of it being brown or the darker colors. However, maybe something like this is okay. Something like that, or maybe something like this, maybe, possibly. As they're about to start, so I'll let them run in just a quick second here. As, yeah, that's kind of the poofy bits we have. And then it kind of goes down. So something like that might be a little bit more preferred. Like this here. And since ads are about to do their thing, I'll let them do their thing. So I'll go ahead and click that button. And while ads are running, I'll get some water. And for a low subscription of $99.99, Eris will allow you to watch her make pixel art. Supplies are limited, so get it while it lasts. Ad. I appreciate it, Preston. $9.99.99. Get it now. Sales are out. Let me get some water. And I believe I read your message, Timmy, but I don't know if I said hello to you. So hello, as I don't think I've seen that name before. And today I have some lemonade. So let me also get some lemonade here. Delicious. Tasty. Okay. And Ari, oh, is it Ari Zane Tony? Maybe? Possibly. You can tell me how close I got, but I'm starting to draw pixel art and I'm planning my first game. Oh, congratulations. And it's been really hard for me. Seeing you so excited motivates me. Lovely. I'm really happy to hear it. I didn't realize it at the beginning, but it was a thing of, oh, people watching me try helps other people try. Well, if that's the case, then I better try. As it makes me really happy to know that seeing me attempt things makes other people excited to try as well. And actually, with your voice, I would consume them. Tasty ads. It's nice to know that I can help people learn, I can help make a difference, and I can help get the good word of pixel art out there, as it was a medium I didn't see a lot of people covering. Thankfully nowadays it's been a lot better. And hi pixel art pixel art journey, welcome in, and hello. hello and welcome back, as I do recall that name. So let's see, ads are running soon, and since they're doing their thing, I want to see if we can also get the designs of these guys out. So while we're waiting, I am going to do a little bit of modifications. This is the Loop Hero dress, so I'll go ahead and do Loop Hero dress. And I'm so glad I found your channel. I'm so glad you found me as well. And best of luck with your game as well, as that is difficult, especially when you're doing the art and the programming. I will be working on my game tomorrow, but even then, it's a thing of just figuring out animations and everything else. Oh man, it is a journey, I say. So these are the guys, and these are the guys. So let me go ahead and merge you down. These are the plates. And there we have Tem here, Template, and Timplate, little Timmy. There's 2 names. And I mean, not only that, but you keep that mentality going. Because other people try, because you try, they're motivating themselves to try, because other people are motivated by them trying. Not speaking from experience or anything. That's why I like, even if we don't speak in the study, the study channels on Discord, just knowing if people are working makes it really fun. And hi, Ray March, welcome in, welcome back. I hope you had a good one. And let's see, your happiness and excitement makes me happy. Just don't push yourself. I appreciate it. Yesterday I wasn't feeling well, but since I'm feeling better, I'm streaming. So it's a thing of, if I'm up to it, I shall. I'll do as much as I can. And hold on, that's interesting. I feel like I took a little time when trying the expression sheets. Just didn't take much risk with the faces and flew through them relatively quickly. 2.5 hours, but still. But mistakes are for learning. Yep. And I definitely spent more time on the second one. Oh yeah. Now, try to imagine factoring in speaking while you're doing it and reading things. But everyone's back from the ad, so welcome back. All I was doing was moving these guys and copying them around. So let me copy and paste here. I also want to paste you here, as I think this is a good enough feel, right? And do you have a Discord server? I do indeed. Hold on, !DISCORD. There we are. Lovely. Let me copy it into here. Oh, hold on, wrong tab. there you are. So if you want to check it out, feel free to. At the end of stream, if anyone's joined in on drawing clothing for their characters, be it you've used the templates or not, we'll be taking a look at that. So if you decide to do that, by all means. So let's see. Saying all of that, I think this gets down the feel of it, right? And on that note, Eris, my last time saying this, because I know what I trust you know what you're doing, but you don't have to read all of chat. You can try, but try to take care of yourself. I really do appreciate it, and yeah, I know at a certain time there will be a case where I can't get to everyone, but for the time being, since it's a moderate amount and I can read it, I will try my best to. So you know what? There's gonna be times I can't, but for now, I will try. I'll do my best. So let's see. Loop Hero, Metal Max. I see. Okay, hold on. Let me move you, grab you, new layer, paste. There we are. Okay. I feel like this adds, however, I wish I could make this a little bit thinner on the inside. I don't know if that's possible. It kind of feels a little funny. Let me go ahead and do for you here. Like maybe that there and then there? I feel like this is a little bit better. So we'll stick with this. From here, right? Now we add the shading. So let's see. And I require you to read everything I say or I will be angry. Big eyebrow angry. Oh man, let's see. So we have the light color. That starts to, hold on. Light color here, and then we have shading. So light, medium, dark, and it seems to have kind of like a this. So something like this. And then there's a dark area here. So what I'll do is I'll have a darker area kind of go down. And before we add the shading, actually, let me do this. I think it'll make it a little bit easier to see the differences. Let me slide you up here. I'll move you over here so you can see both of them. And then let me copy. Oh, bumped into the microphone. Hold on, copy. Undo that, paste that there. Sorry to bother you, but the link's not working. Oh no, no worries. Try the link in the description, Ari. There should be a link in the description also on YouTube as well. Maybe give that a try. If it's still not working, please let me know. But you're not bothering me whatsoever. More people that think about joining, by all means, we try to do things. And thanks, no worries. Thanks for having an interest. And yeah, 3 sprites and the nonsense of the chat sounds tough. Yeah, but it's a work in progress, and you make it big time. Oh, I do appreciate it. And keep in mind, halftones belong in the live sheets. Halftones, that's these guys, right? What I'm doing is I'm starting off light, so I'm starting here. And then what I'm doing is I'm adding the darker areas instead. So for example, what I'm doing is I start light, and then I'm starting dark. So I'm thinking, right, this is the sides are where it's dark. Because this is also dark, I'm adding it here. So it's a darker area here, and then this guy here, kind of like that. And then you can kind of see as well, kind of on our shirt, where these guys, because they're inside, they're also dark. So maybe something like that would be the darker areas, maybe even more something like this, right? And then what I'm thinking is doing something like this, where we add the darker areas here. However, I'm not too sure how I feel about that quite. Something like that maybe could be the feel of the dress, so I'm not too sure how I feel about it. It might do like this and then that there. So maybe we can add that there. I feel like the less is more can apply here, where it's just these little guys. I think that works out well, and she's a blessing. You're very sweet, and thank you for existing. Oh, you're so sweet. I don't know if I can take that much sweetness. Welcome in. Is it Nora? Is that how you say it? Welcome in. And again, you're just so sweet. Let's see. And thank you for existing. I'm the kind of person to be quickly demotivated as soon as I make something ugly. And your energy makes me willing to try again and go on. Good! I'm glad I help you keep going. That is certainly my goal. My hope is that even if it doesn't look right, you've still tried. So you're working on it. And that actually looks pretty good. Thank you. I never know how these are gonna go. So your guess is as good as mine. But I think, right? This versus this, I think I get the feel of the shading down. And hello, House Gremlin. Welcome in. Welcome to stream. But I'm trying to get the feel. So there's a few colors here, and even for her, right? You can see that dark color doesn't get used everywhere. So maybe we can do you, and then maybe you, maybe you, maybe... Yep, this is working out great. Something like this maybe for the round area. If I zoom out, it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't. Possibly. And honestly, if the stream would just be 3.5 hours of them cute little pale babies and cutesy dresses, I would not complain. I'm going to try to spend 1 hour on each topic. So for right now, we're doing dresses, and then we'll switch to, I think, cloaks and then clothing. So we'll see. But getting to put them in dresses is adorable. And there must be balance. I'm here for Bobby. Bobby is known as the cute guy. And looks superb. I like the color palette. Thank you, the House Gremlin. I do have it posted on the Discord if you're interested in getting it, as I don't have an official one yet on low spec, but I'm using this one here. So it's the thing of just trying and trial and error. And your positivity is contagious. Good. Take it all. Let's see. I think, though, this gets the feel of what we're going for, right? And sugar makes you energetic, so. And you bring sweet people to the stream because you're kind and positive yourself, I'm pretty sure. I think it's a thing of just, yeah, maybe it is a magnetic energy going on, maybe.
Wild underscore bikini just followed.
That was Wild Bikini. What an interesting name, but welcome to the stream, and thank you for the follow. Welcome in. So let's see. For now, let's try little Timmy. Let's try to put him in a dress. So again, I'm going to try to add the lines, right? So let me move this guy up to make things a little bit easier to see. Yep, you here. So again, I'm trying my best to first figure out the outline. And it's funny when it's someone else, it looks great, but when you do our own, it's not good enough. Sometimes it just takes the thing of leaving for a little bit, taking a walk or something, maybe even a shower, and then coming back, and it feels a little bit better. For me, it's a thing of, I'm not too sure, but I'm gonna come back to you. Maybe I'll feel better after doing other things. For this guy, what I'll do is I'll also try that circle pattern where I have the circle here. And then we'll add the little guy, maybe here and here. And then it has that curve, but it's a little bit tricky to do, right? And it's me. Ah, I see. What a difference in names, but welcome to the other side. And 3 tones light, sorry. Is everything possible with 3 tones? Shadows, do I need more? Or something not possible with 3 tones? For me, it feels like 3 tones seems to be the sweet spot. I've only seemed to need 3 tones. So I think 3 tones, usually. If we go to a game, just very quickly, I'm curious to see. I think 3 tones is what I use here. 1 tone, 2 tone. No, it seems to be I use 2 tones for these guys. 1 tone, 2 tone, maybe 3 tone. I didn't really know much back then about colors and everything. So it's a thing of just learning. But even for, let's see, right? Going here, 1 tone, 2 tone, 3 tone, and then an outline tone. If we zoom out here, I believe they use 2 tones. They use 3 tones technically, right? They have light toned, medium tone, dark tone is the black. Again, light tone, medium tone, dark tone is the black. Usually 3 tones. And Preston, that's the truest statement ever, huh? Oh, yeah. 100%. It's the thing of, I'm following along, but why does my art not look that way? So again, I'll do, and let me scroll this up so you can see a little bit better. Alrighty, let's do the outline. So again, I'm just trying, and I'm thinking, right, because it's so small, let's try to maybe do, maybe something like this here. Maybe round it out a little bit. Nope, I don't like that. Maybe something like this here can make it a little bit easier to see. Hey, look, there's little guys going on. Something like that, possibly? And I struggle creating palettes that work together. Oh, yeah. We've done a color study before where we've made our own palettes. I definitely would like to do it again, as I think it's always just a thing. Colors, I really get really good at them. And I'm trying to force myself now only to use palettes from low spec. Interesting. That's a really great idea. If you don't know what colors to try or color palettes, I do have some on my website that I do recommend, as there's the color palettes that have the blocks I find to be the most fun to do. I don't have the link here at the moment, but having it where it shows, hey, this is the shading, this is the light, this is the darkness. So for example, I like the color palettes on low spec that look like, oh no, I don't know if I can do it. Something like, let's see. This is the dark guy that we have going back in line. And then we have the top guy, which is the brightness. So something like this, where they show off which is which, has made things easier. So something like this, where it's the top, it's the side, and then the bottom. Makes it easy for me to understand where to use those colors. I really like those. So let's see. I'll go ahead and add that. We want the bottom to have that triangle feel, right? So let's see if we can add that triangle feel. Now, she has boots. So can we even add boots and everything? Since it's so small, I don't know. Something like this, I think, can possibly work, right? And then we have this here, and then the little boot. So let's grab this here, and the little boot here. Something like that. He looks so tiny. And yeah, the isometric cubes. Oh yeah, and much appreciated. Those little isometric cubes. Yep. If you're struggling to figure out what colors to do, I would recommend trying to see if you could do an exercise like that. Let me see. Oh, I do have them. Yeah. So whenever I'm trying to create a palette, I'll take the little cubes and then I'll go, okay, this is light, this is medium, this is dark. And again, you have what Antia was saying with the 3 colors were light, medium, dark, light, medium, dark. And in some cases, you can use the same color. So for example, this purple here, is exactly this purple. Oh no, hold on. Never mind. Take back what I said. It's not in this example. But I assure you, it's somewhere. Okay, here. This orange into that orange. See? And I think this yellow into this yellow. See? But under different circumstances, they work differently. So maybe trying the cube method. This is a better example. That orange and that orange. There you go. And hi, Kazuhara. Welcome in. Welcome. And flat boots. Oh yeah. We're trying to add a bit of little tiny boots, but I don't know if it's working out quite as well. I think maybe that can work. And forget everything she said. Close your eyes. Let's see. It's just very different from drawing sprites. Yep, you're right. 3 tones does work for everything. It feels like it. And you showed the reverse, how different purples look the same despite being different. Yeah. I was able to show off both. And how do I get Librasprite on Windows? Hold on, exclamation Pixelart, GS. See if that works for you. Too crazy? I believe I have a link to the Librasprite website. I have never tried downloading it myself, but see if that link works to figure things out. And sometimes we try to draw spheres. Spheres do work as well to make midtones since isometric cubes only show 3 shades. Oh yeah, and squeak. Hopefully I'm not too squeaky. Let me make sure. I don't believe I missed anyone. I think we're good to go. And 3 tones lighting. Yep. Okay. So saying that, I'm thinking something like this, but if I add that line there, notice how different it feels. On that note, oh, hold on. Did I miss anything? Oh, we're good. And although 3 tones can work for everything, that doesn't mean it's what you need or for the best. Yeah, 100%. I feel like 3 tones usually is the idea, and then if you need more or you need less, for example, right, this one here is 2 tones. You could say 3 for the black, but for me, I've been enjoying the 2 tones. I feel like 2 to 3 tones has been my sweet spot. So let's see. If I add that line there, I don't like it. So I'm thinking we don't add that line. But even here, it's because the little arms, it feels very pointy. And I was going for more of a round feeling. So is there a way to make this round? I don't know. Maybe we can do something like that. But it looks very fluffy. So I think it's better off to keep it that pointy feel, as then we don't have that dress coming in. So I think shapes over everything is fine for the moment. So we have this color here. Let me go ahead and move this guy down. Move you, grab the plates, copy you, paste you over. And then from there, actually, we can move you over here. Actually, you're so tiny, I can move you there. And then undo this guy here. Copy, paste, oh, there you are. Save, and then go back to here, move this guy all the way back up here, and let's take a try. And hi, the Geometry Dash guy. Welcome back in. Welcome back. Hello. I hope you've been well. So let's see. And again with the shading, right, because they're so tiny, it's gonna be difficult. And what I'm thinking of doing is instead using the outlines to our advantage. So maybe something like this, but it's still funny. It still feels funny. And what I often use is 3-tone gradients. You start by doing 3 tones, and then you add gradients either with other hues. I can see that, yeah. Gradients, depending. Some people like doing dithering, so something like that instead to show off darkness, but I certainly think it depends. But yeah, 3 tones usually, or I start with 2 tones and then kind of work my way from there. And the issue with doing it maybe this way is the fact that it might be, oh, hold on, be considered, I'm thinking this, yeah. Maybe something like this, right? We have a few tones. It's not too much layering. And then from there, we have the light tone, so maybe this guy here, and then maybe this guy here for the dark tone. I don't like that. I think maybe this here is a little bit better, so it doesn't feel like it's in line too much. So if I'm zooming out, what do you think? I think it might be as good as we're gonna get for something so small. Yeah, possibly. And let me get some lemonade. And I don't know why, but I finally got hit with the memories of those click and drag flash games where you drag PNG clothes into PNG characters. Was that a big thing, or it was just me? It was not just you. I think there was a website called Girls Go Games. It was everywhere. Let me get some lemonade. You didn't mean to put parentheses in your last message. No worries. And you don't know what went through your head. You're A-okay. Sometimes they're needed, sometimes they're not needed. Okay, I want to try one more dress for these guys. Maybe we can try this one since it's also got a cloak. I feel like that could be fun. So what I'll do is I'll move these guys over. Up there. Oh, you know what? When I move it here, the shading looks so much better. It looks a lot nicer. That changes a lot when I just move them over. Interesting. I'll copy you, paste you, and then I'll copy this little guy here, and then paste him over here, and copy, paste. There we are, and save. Okay, I want to try this one here. So what I'll do is I'll go back to our metal max, grab you, move you up here, move you down here, and we'll move you here. I'm getting an overall good feeling, or general feeling, I guess. And I'm noticing that it's really hard to tell hands on the sprites. Oh yeah, I think that's what makes the small sprites really difficult, at least these little tiny guys. I don't see many games have these small guys nowadays. It's usually the bigger guys. But I think it's nice to at least do the big guys, maybe the small guys. And I feel like there's one more size you could go up. That's usually typically common. I tried my best to make sure we did the small guys. And I did read that. Lovely, lovely. Thank you. No worries, no worries. I hope that helped. By the thank you, I'm hoping it did. And they escaped from the username. They're everywhere. And so many guys. Oh yeah, there's tons of them. I'm hoping we can draw a lot more today. That's the goal of today. So let's see. We have, right, a medium gray. And again, right, we have the interesting. For these guys, at least, the top of the head's the only thing that's shaded. Top shaded, top shaded, top shaded? Nope, not shaded. Huh. But for the clothing, it's usually all one color. Interesting. But we need, I believe, 3 colors for green. We have this color, we have this color, and we have this color. I think that's all 3 colors they use. Oh, 4 color greens. Interesting. This one's a 4 colors. And I gotta go, guys. Have a great day. Thank you for coming. Oh, hold on. Was it oh, hold on. And I like watching Adam C. Eunice stuff. He does some explaining about that stuff. Oh yeah, Adam C. Eunice is great. I believe I have him linked on the people I recommend to watch for tutorials. Let me see if I can scroll up again on the name. I completely forgot. Saeed, right? Thank you for coming. Thanks for stopping by and chatting. I hope you have a lovely day. And I did read that. Yep. And it's the coder curse. We're all bound to put parentheses and dots where they shouldn't be. It's a curse and it's a great curse. Unless it's like, what is it? The colons? The guys that are like the dot and then the little line there. I used to use those all the time in C++. So let me zoom in again and we'll grab the color. So we have a normal green, right? We have the normal guy here. Let me move you down. Let me move you to here. So we have normal green, then we have darker green. So I'll go for here, an even darker green and a really dark green. So we have you, and then a dark one too. So there was 4. So we'll grab 4. These will be the 4 guys we'll use. And have a great, oh, you're on the other side of town. I see, how lovely. And are the smallest ones the ones they use in Pokemon and the Game Boy? I have 2 small references. For the small guys, I have a reference. Well, I would say this guy's pretty small too, right? They're medium size where they're almost big as the 16Y by 32, but they're just a little bit bigger. But for the small guys that I can recall, it's Pokemon. So let's see. These Pokemon guys, little versions of them, are small. And then it's also Final Fantasy, I believe. Let me scroll out of here. You can see, right? Little Final Fantasy guys are also really small sprites, especially these guys. Really tiny. So there's not many, but I was able to find a few. So let me go ahead and go back to here, scroll back in, and now let's try this guy. This guy should be fun since they have a cloak and that old, well, hood. Would you call it a cloak or a hood? But let's see. Oh, we also need a cream color. I guess we could use the skin, depends. And so greenest, greener, green, and green. Exactly. And hi, Oblomov. Oblomov. Welcome in. Hello. I hope you've been fine. And puke green, boogers green, and you don't want to know green. Radioactive. I will go ahead and I will, let's see. This guy is the layer I'm using. And now we've got a little bit of a fun challenge. Let me go ahead and move you here. So we want to get the section that's the center. So something like this. And then there's also the cloak that goes out of the arm. So something like this, and then it kind of wraps around. So maybe something here. All I'm trying to do right now is just add a feel for the outline. And this makes them look like they have such a big hood on. That's adorable. Like what would you call it? One of those lace hoods? Or you would do something like that and then they have the pants. That's adorable. And then we have this guy here. And then it's a little bit down here. So something like this I think works out well. And from there we'll add the lines, right? So I'll use these colors. I think they're fine to use. So something like, let's see, maybe here. Oh, hold on. Here. And then maybe here. Maybe. And then that there. So maybe that there. Hold on. Maybe you there. Possibly like that. And crop top hoodie. Yeah, it feels like a crop top hoodie. It looks so comfy. And then we move these guys down here. I think that would work out well. And just need a belly button. Put some little shorts on him. Hold on. Little shorts. There you go. Or a little dress. And the outfit looks so oversized now. Oh, that's super silly. And from here, it seems to go in a little bit. So we'll go ahead and do this guy here. And then we have a white line, right, for our center here. So maybe we can do that little white guy there. And I don't know what the red side folk talking about. It's clearly from the top. Moss green, beige green, faded, and olive green. I've never heard of beige green. That's an interesting one. So let's see. And then from here, right, we have it kind of going around. And this guy's a little bit tricky to do because it's just going around in time. So maybe something like that. And opinion on 2P versus 1P character line. Do you mean 2 pixel versus 1 pixel? So this versus this? I think it depends. For example, right here, I do 2 instead of doing really thin. Actually, never mind. I take it back. It still works for this. That guy there, not too much feeling of. I think it depends. For me, what I've been doing recently is I've been working on shapes. So if the shape feels right, then I keep it. Even if it doesn't feel accurate or follows the Pixelart rules. For example, this guy here is fine, but I think this adds that feel of it being on the edge. So I do it that way. And then for example, this guy, right? This guy has that outline at the bottom, and then it wants to maybe go up here. And that's gonna be a little bit tricky to do on our size, but we can still try. And I mean the character center line. Oh, I see. A nose with 2 or 1. For right now, I've been doing 2. However, if I do add a nose, then I add the center line as there's this guy here, and then there's, it depends. As, yeah, it really does. As I really don't like the uneven guys, but it's tricky. If I go back to here and I just, for example, squish him in. Oh, hold on. Never mind. I can't squish you in. Squish, like this. He feels a lot different. It depends. This guy versus this guy. It's a bit of a different feel. What I wanted to do was come in here and erase the little lines back there, and then go back into here. Yep. And then from there, let's see. You add black, and then another black here, black there, black there. So something like this, and then go and save. And then from here, we also have a little hoodie. So let's go ahead and put a little hoodie on him, why don't we? Let's see, the hoodie kind of comes up, and yep, We can still see the eyes, and still bad at Discord where I post work. No worries, Daryl. If we go back into planning very quickly, just so I can show you. So any of you that are drawing, what is it? If you're drawing along at the moment, you're drawing clothing, and you want to join in, let me go ahead and click this guy here. I'll go ahead and do exclamation P-I-X-E. Oh, no. Hold on. D-I-S-C-O-R-D. There we are. Lovely. And let me go ahead and copy you as well and paste you here. And heard the link didn't work, so we'll see if it does. And you can see as well, already, Arrow's joined, and Ko Neko as well, and Kitsumiro, and Tanel. There you are. Oh, and Sid as well. And from here, you'll scroll down to Pixelart Study with me. And we've done previous Pixelart studies with me, but the one you're looking for should be at the very top, Clothing Study. And you'll paste it right here. And if you're also looking for the color palette, it's also right here, so you can just drag it into your program. So that's there if you want it. And at the end of stream, if you've drawn some clothing, be it the clothing I'm doing or some other clothing, you'll be able to put it in here and we'll take a look at it. And hi, Scarlett. welcome into stream. And let me go ahead and go back into draw. And honey, I desaturated the palette. Sorry for the bad taste reference. You're fine. That's what I did for this palette. It was like this originally. This is the original palette, but I liked it saturated. So I actually saturated the palette. Big difference. So let's see. What I want to do is I'm trying my best to add that cloak feel. So I'm going around adding that. They look adorable, don't they? It's like a little guy playing dress up. We'll go ahead and add that here. We might have to remove the ears. The ears might have to go. I'll go ahead and we're gonna just hold on. Remove you. Are you locked or where are these guys? Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. We remove you here. Yeah, like that. And you want to send over the palette somewhere? The palette should be in the clothing section, Scarlett, if you're looking for the palette. And that's my problem. I keep desaturating colors. I see. I tend to saturate colors when I don't need to. And he's wearing his dad's robes. Can you imagine how he'd look going around, just walking? It would be adorable. Let's see. Something like this. Oh, hold on. Like that, I think, can work. And the robes kind of go here. So maybe something here, like that, can work. There. And then so many people are joining Discord. It's lovely to see. And the palace got ears. It looks great. I zapped it with a beam. So let's see. From here, right, I've got a feel for it. What I'll do now is I'll go in with the regular color. This guy here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm trying to get just the base of color down. So I'm going in and I'm saying, okay, we have the outline guys. So where are we going in and adding the fill? So I'm just going bit by bit and adding the different colors. You can see there's a darker color. So all I'll do here for now is I'm just adding color. So I'll go in here. We have that black guy. So we'll keep it here. Yep, there, and there. Something like this. And then let's see. Just imagine the robes dragging the foot behind him. And then he ends up accidentally falling because he's so small. That'd be adorable to witness. Let's see. Have this guy going around town like that. There's black colors here, I'm guessing, to show off. Hey, look, this separates the face. So we'll keep that there. Maybe something like this. And all I'm trying to do right now is just get that feel down. And this music feels a little bit too sad. So let me change it to that one. That works out a little bit better. Alrighty. And from here, I'm just trying to get the cloak feel down. We have this guy, and there's no separator. So I'll go ahead and just add you here. And then we have the outline as well. So we'll go ahead and modify that outline. There you are. He kind of looks like he's looking at us. Well, yeah, he is looking at us. I guess it's because of the... Woo, that's not good. It's perspective. She's looking down this way. He's looking straight at us. And because the cloak is this way, and we're looking at it in that direction, oh no. Maybe if we flatten this curve a little bit. So something like... Let's see. Something like this, possibly? No. We want it to stretch out a little bit. That still does not look good. Oh no! Maybe we can modify the face a little bit. Maybe if we do, yeah, something like that. That should make it a little bit easier. And that rope probably weighs more than him. Oh yeah, it's very heavy. And they're breaking the fourth wall. Yeah, we don't want them looking towards us. So I am gonna modify him a little bit. Take off a little bit of his head to hopefully help it look like he's looking forward instead. Something like maybe this. There we are. Nah, I think that works. Just modify him a little bit. And they're just gonna, you don't need to see any of that. There you are, you're good to go. And there's a little bit of a floppy bit up here. So I'm gonna go down a little bit into this floppy feel. And oh, that's part of his head. It needs to be shaved off too. There you go. And all the little sprites, are the little sprites all guys? Well, they're Tem and Tim. However, I've done, they're supposed to be anyone. They can be anyone. They can be anything, a Barbie. But their canon names are this. This is Tim Plate. This is Template. This is Tim Plate. So like little Timmy. They're the Plate brothers. However, they can, like I said, they can be anything. So it's up to your imagination on if you want to make them maybe the different. I don't know what the female version of Tim and Tem would be. And the ultimate surprise, like many eyes. And I think a bit of the side should come out more. Interesting. We'll see. If I do, you mean like this? Make it rounder here? Ooh, not too shabby. Hold on. Let me move it up maybe here, like that. Maybe a little bit rounder up here, so something like that. Something feels a little off here, I'd say. And templates, they're above. Auxiliary. And then for here, I'm gonna do here. No, here feels fine. Yeah. And just modifying it, just figuring out shapes. And cease with the pen, seriously, that one's so smooth. I was very proud of when I came up with that one. I think this works. Do you think? And what about a white pixel underneath the chin? Do you mean like this instead? Or what do you mean exactly? Maybe like that, or this is the neck, or this is underneath the neck. So something like this, and then maybe we do like this. So something like how they have here. And then we do an
costume just follow.
Costume. What a lovely name. Welcome into streaming. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Let's see. Something like this to show the darkness, right? To know.
Zokmino_ just follow.
Hold on, that one's a little bit trickier to pronounce. Costume and Zokmina, is that how you say it? Welcome into stream. Thank you for the follows to both of ya. Let's see here. And then we have this guy here, right? For the white. And, I'm not sure how I feel about this dark color. And like that one under the neck on the chest. So you mean here? Like that instead? Interesting, close enough. You tell me how to pronounce it, I can try again. But thank you. Hi, Slotos. Welcome in. And great stuff. Scott, I'm back from the future. Well, welcome in. Let's see. I'm curious to see. Maybe if we do like this instead. Oh, that definitely looks very weird. And hi, you're very sweet. Thank you. You're very sweet for saying that. I do appreciate it. And then they become so funny so fast. It's the little things. And one pixel down. Even more down? You mean here? For the neck? Or do you mean doing like this, possibly. And what's going on here? Right now we're drawing Pixelart clothing. So I'm going through different games and seeing if we can draw. Right now the topic's dresses, but we'll move on to cloaks and then shirts and pants. You can see if I scroll out here, first we tried drawing dresses from Loop Hero. So this is from the game Loop Hero, and this is my attempt at drawing the dresses. And now we're on Metal Max 2. So I'm looking at these sprites from this game and trying to decide, okay, how do they make these dresses? So you can see here, this is from the orange dress, so from this lady here. And now we're working on trying to figure out how to draw this on this guy. So let me move here. Your Pixelart's so good. If you're a beginner, you're my hero. You're very sweet. I am very much a beginner. Keep in mind, this guy over here, not mine. just making sure you know. These little guys here. And for no particular reason, can you remind us why you're drawing all that? And why is the drawing for a whole like the big project? Well, the hope is that doing these drawing studies I'll be able to get better at drawing. I am a game developer, so I want to get better at drawing pixel art characters. And since these are, well, I'm taking references from video games, so these are video game sprites. And I'm asking myself, okay, I want to draw pixel art like this. So we're studying the pixel art itself and dragging into here, seeing the size and things and techniques they use. And I've also tried to do sprites, but mine were squeezed. Mine turned out squeezed very much, and not for the neck. Hold on. And I ain't even drawing clothes along. I'm just drawing an edgelord. Whatever you find fun, but not for the next little elevator pitch.
Insire just redeemed elevator pitch.
Alrighty. 1 second. And not for the next little chest white thing. Does he need a neck? True. She has a neck. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to follow along for having the neck. However, I don't think the neck's needed. Actually, yeah. I think without it works a little bit better. What do you think? And yes, Artist Great Nightmare clothing. Since it's the Great Nightmare, we do things. And since Ancia redeemed elevator pitch, you all stay right there for 1 second, all right? And he has a neck in the first place. There's a neck right there. But you all stay right there, all right? I'll be right back. pitch. There you go. Like I said at the beginning of stream, I messed around with some microphone settings. Seems to be the case. I didn't set it for that scene, so I hope you enjoyed the pitch. Let me get back on my regular clothing. So, to elaborate, for all of you that have never seen that before, the elevator pitch is section I do where I attempt to pitch my game to you in 1 minute. I'm currently creating a rhythm typing cafe game. Oh, that's great. A new VTuber salesman was trying to say something to me. I spoke into the void, and please, whatever you're trying to say, just take my money. I have a wife and 20 kids. I don't want to be hurt by this scary mic. Next time I'll be prepared and let her do her pitch in peace.
Drons just followed.
That's as much peace as there is. And thank you for the follow, Drons. welcome to Scuff. So, where were we? We were trying to take the pixel art style of this character here from Metal Max and attempt to try to figure out the feel. And hi, V111. Welcome in. We're back to our regularly scheduled program. And just was listed the game, but she'll leave you alone. Oh man. So let's see. Where were we? I was saying we could try to do the shading here. So what I'll do is I'm just taking the black and I'm just trying to get a feel for her overall, the overall character. So like here, can you see how there's that line and then there's the white? That's all I'm trying to do. And I should have saved the 2 pitches shaking my head. All the pitches. All I'm trying to do right now is just carve out a shape, and designing custom clothes is acne. Oh yeah, that's why we're taking from references. We're not doing this from imagination. And since I'm seeing the shape and it's more so straight, right? What I'll do instead is I'll have that shape go up. So something like this instead for the shading. And oh, what's this? Eris is a Ko-Fi that she's never pitched. I have a Ko-Fi and a Patreon, and on the Patreon I share these files. So if you've ever wanted to download the study files that I save, I put those up on there. But the Ko-Fi I haven't been able to offer anything, but I do have things on the Patreon to offer. So let's see here. If I go ahead and too bad I can't read lips. I'll get them next time. I'm thinking like maybe here to show off the roundness, right? And you can see just by removing the pixels, pointy, round, and I can't rewind the clip of the face heart. I'm sure I'll be able to find it. And I'm trying to like make a modified jacket, like with this tags on the front and it's supposed to look like a little ambulance and names of people in it, but I can't figure out how to make it look. We'll get into jackets, hopefully soon. So I think that'll be fun. And 3, 4, okay, we're good, timing. I was worried for a second, yeah. We'll only do dresses for about another 20, maybe another 10 minutes. So this will be the last one I do, and then we'll move on to cloaks. And then from cloaks, we'll move on to shirts and pants. So I'll try to spend it each for an hour. And I can't even read. You're fine, Preston. And yeah, hopefully we can get to jackets. So let's see, this will be the last guy, and then we'll move on to a different type of clothing, as I think this kind of is a good overview of what is it? Cloaks are going to feel like, as it's kind of a cloaky dress. So let's see, you're right. Where there's a will, there's a way. There's a dark line here, so I'm gonna go here. And I'm just trying to understand what it's looking like. Something like this.
Inside gave 200 bits, so Eris has a very cool rhythm cafe game named Necrotype Cafe. It's on her page and she's great at pitching it when she's not muted.
Hey now! Hey now! Technical difficulties are a must here. But I appreciate the bits, Ansaya. Thank you. Oh boy, I gotta make sure that's working for tomorrow. And when are we going to do crop top hoodies? I hope, and you can see here, right? There's some cloaks here. Let me go ahead and hide and show here. I want to try to do pants. We've done dresses, but there's some other types of clothing I want to see if we can get into. So we'll see how much we can do. We can always another day come back and do more clothing. For right now, we're on this guy here. And did you also do the little mannequins? Yep. And oh, how do I say that name? Is it Zokmina? Is that how you say it? Yes, indeedy. If I do this, Templates, there we are. If you'd like to, oh, no, exclamation template. Is that how I do it? There you go. If you'd like to download these little guys here, I have they're free to download. My hope is that doing these studies, people can get encouraged to start drawing. So if you're trying to get better at drawing characters or drawing hair or drawing clothing, the hope is that you'll download these little guys since they're free to do, and you'll be able to put them in outfits, hair, things of that nature. So hopefully that's handy for you. As yeah, these are these little guys I drew. I hope you enjoy them. And crop top hoodie. And I pressed enter too early, I see. And the Discord link doesn't work still? Oh, very weird. Okay, hold on. Let me copy this guy here. Let me go to this guy here. Yep. Let me go ahead and copy this here. And I will update that link. Thanks for letting me know. There you go. Hopefully that helps. I will certainly take care of it once we get there. Alrighty, so back on this guy here. Just trying to do the overall. And where do you get all this energy? I feel like I'm downloading positivity from the internet. Good. I get excited about things, and since I'm excited about pixel art and studying, it's very easy for me to get excited and in the mood to do these things, as I always have a lot of fun doing them. It's that thing of, I never know how well these are going to go. Sometimes it's scuffed, as you can see. But that's the fun of it, isn't it? That's the fun of attempts will be made. I'm trying to do that V shape that she kind of has on her shirt. You can see, right? It's kind of, it goes in slanted, and then here. That's not what's happening here. Mine's is more circular. So let's say oh, I don't want to do that. I'm just erasing you here. Save, and then do this guy here. And does it work? Still doesn't work. Do you think it does work? Or it does? I can't tell anymore. Oh me, oh my. Okay, for this guy here, it seems like it goes up and then out. So maybe something like that can work? Yeah, something like that. And still doesn't work? Oh, okay. My apologies, Latos. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this instead. I'll try it one more time. If not, I will have to figure out. And that's where the link's working for me on my phone. Yeah, very weird. That's okay. Hold on. Create link, copy link. If this does not work, then I will have to figure it out at the end. But this is a fresh new link. So if that still doesn't work, I will have to figure it out. But I try, and thank you. This is very helpful. Lovely to hear. I hope you have a fun time drawing these little guys. So saying that, let's see. I'm thinking something like this, but it doesn't feel like a shirt. And that's the feel I'm trying to go for, a shirt feel. Maybe something like that, but that kind of feels more like a breastplate. Something like that looks a little cute hard, and that's a little bit better. Maybe something there, possibly. This guy feels a little bit weirder to do. I'm thinking maybe this could work. Yeah, right? It feels like breastplate, like an armor. Weird, and hi Dark, welcome in, welcome to the stream. I hope you've been well. I hope you've been great. Let's see, something like this, possibly. Maybe that can go down more. Nah. Very tricky. Okay, and then for here, right, we have darker areas that go down. This is harder than I thought, which is good. We want a little bit of tricky, and the solid green is harder. Maybe that's the issue. We need to add some, and sick apart from that, I'm good. Oh, I hope you feel better. And well, I don't know how you did this work, but maybe that worked. I'll check. I'll check. I'll see afterwards, but thank you for trying to clip it. And that looks good. Thank you. I am trying. We'll see how well this goes. Puke green and crop top things are fine on the server, right? Yep. I think I'm wearing a crop top. So we're, yeah, A-okay. Yep, you're A-okay to go. And every time I press the link, it loads the server called My Little Universe. It just doesn't work after that. Weird, Sotos. I can't help you at the moment to figure that out. However, I will try my best to look afterwards, as I'm really confused. Usually it works, and most people have been able to join recently. So I will check afterwards, and I'll see. But thanks for trying. I really do appreciate it. That attempt at the very least. So let's see. Yeah, I keep going back and forth between, is this good? That good? I think this will have to be what it is. And then maybe we can add this here, or maybe more so this here. Nah, I like it sharp. I think the sharp feels great. And from here, I think this is all the solid stuff. Oh, hold on. We need to add the white, right? So we need to add the white bit here. Something like that. And then we need the white add-on for the hoodie bit. Like that there. Yeah. Now it feels a little weird just because they're all so creamy color. But we'll go with this for now. I'll go ahead and save it. And then from there, and I tried from drawing, or tired from drawing. No worries, I'll be unwinding now. No worries, and good luck for the rest of the drawing. Thank you, Ancia. Thanks for drawing in the first place. But thank you. I'm really excited to see what you drew. And what's the name of the server? My Little Universe, and I could try joining by searching it. I don't believe it's searchable. I don't think you'll be able to find it there. But again, I will try to see how well we can manage. But tricky. Yeah, I think you have to sign it up, but we'll see. There's always Sega trying. From here, once I have those two guys, and let me move this up here a little bit, slide you over. We're at 2:48, so we're making good time. Let me move you here. I think shading's going to help us a lot. And there's something on the server already in the city part if you want. Of course, watch at your own time. Ooh, I'll be excited to see. I checked afterwards, so I check at the end of stream, as I'm really curious to see. So, all of that said, what are we seeing for shading, right? This is our medium tone, so that's this guy here. I'm seeing a light tone on the sides, the top, and the front. So what I'll do, right, is I'll go ahead and just make this the light tone. So we'll go ahead and add the light tone. The issue is, these colors aren't very bright. Okay, we're gonna make you a little brighter. Like possibly here? That's a little bit better. Okay, yeah, you're getting brightened up. You're increasing. And then you're actually gonna be you, and then you're getting darker. So I'm gonna go down, and then I'm gonna go into the cooler colors here, like that. And actually, this doesn't make any sense, does it? Yeah, you actually need to go to the left a little bit, like that. Yeah. There we go. Better. And that's instantly better. Yep. The colors weren't feeling right. It felt too similar. And was it you that was asking about this, Preston? Let me just show you a tip I learned. I don't remember where, but let me copy this just so I don't forget it. But undo, redo, undo. Okay, so you're looking at this guy, right? And something feels weird about the colors, and sent it on DC. I'm excited to see what you can do, and I'm sure you can do it in other programs, but for Aseprite, what you do is you do Sprite, Color Mode, Grayscale. Look at it now, right? You can barely see the differences in colors, and it's because of the value. Things that are easy to read, you'll usually be able to see it in the grayscale feel. So for example, if I go ahead and paste this guy here with the modified colors I did, go back to Sprite, go back to Color Mode, look at the difference. Now it's really easy to tell the colors apart. That's probably why it looks better, because it's popping out more. So let's see. Let me go ahead and save this guy. And look, I need to make food and I forgot to hydrate. Go hydrate before you dehydrate. Very important. So I'll be lurking for a bit. Yeah. I hope your water's tasty too. There's nothing like water being, cold water after a nice kneading it. It's delicious. And I forgot. No worries. The fact you remembered is more than enough. And there's a second serve on the name? Huh. Interesting. I wouldn't know. I haven't Googled it before. So let me go ahead. And all I'm doing is I'm just taking notes from here where they're making the edges light. So lighting would go on these edges here. Interesting. And then for this guy up here, right? We have some edges around here. Oh, hold on. Because it's coming out and around. So maybe what I can try to do is do something like this and like this. Oh, hold on. Like that there. Where it's coming down a little bit, but I don't know how I feel about it. It kind of feels a little funny, doesn't it? And that might be an issue. Not sure. No clue. I couldn't tell you. So let's see. Something like this instead, maybe? Maybe we can do something like that. Possibly. Like what they're doing. It kind of goes back in space, so maybe it would be more akin to doing something here, like that. Maybe. And burb. That's a lovely name. Burps are adorable. And the fact it's not bird, it's burb. Welcome into stream. Hello. Welcome in. Something like that, do you think? And hello, new to channel and new to Pixelart as well. Where do you recommend I start? I'm glad you asked. Hold on. Is it Afnan, maybe? Is that how you say it? Welcome into stream. Let me go ahead and do exclamation PIXELARTGS. There you are. Does that work? Okay, good. Okay. And I look at here. I have a video. And I not only have a video, I have an article on my website. So you can check those guys there. Hopefully that can help you get started. And welcome in. I'm happy to hear you're new to getting started with Pixelart. So hopefully those are handy. And of course, if I can provide things, and if the only thing stopping people from starting is having the resources to do it, if I can provide those resources and then you get started, oh yeah. You bet your bottom I'm gonna. And did you make the website yourself? It's hosted on Wix. However, I do plan to try to make one in the future, but that takes a lot of work and learning programming for website programming. So for right now, we're just gonna use the one provided, but soon. And is motivation a resource? Can you write it? Take it all. If only. I'd love to have lots of resources in that affair. And the hood looks better with the line curved. Interesting. And the straight line looks like he's wearing goggles. Huh. You mean like this? Goggles? And I'm gonna bash my head? Oh, don't do that. Very bad. Diver helmet. The curved line looks like diver helmet. Interesting. So you think this one's a little bit better? I can see it being better. Yeah, definitely better. So saying that, we also have lighting at the top, right? So something like this, and then I just fill that in. So something like that. Maybe even this here. So it looks like it's at the center of the top, right? And, maybe we can even have it kind of going down a little bit. And yeah, it looks great. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. So something like that I think could work for the top of the head, right? And then from there, we're gonna need some darker bits. And what my guess is, and oh, we don't have it on Purif, hold on. Let me move Purif's screen here. Let me move you and slide you up. Slide you up here, make it smaller, like that. Smaller here, okay. What I'm guessing is happening, and I think I have some references. I never know how much I'll be able to get through. However, we have some notes here from people that have done study notes, and I'm looking for a specific one. I think it's this one here. It's called a half lock fold, and you can't read it. Hold on. There. Half lock fold. Oh, is that the one? This one here. Half lock fold. And let's see. I'm curious, since you said you worked with C++, I'm guessing you worked with Unreal before? Nope. I have a background with C++ because initially I went to college for game development, and they started me off with C++, and I worked in Visual Studio. And then from there, I dropped out, so I never got a chance to try any engines, and I got a little frustrated that I couldn't work in an engine from the beginning, as usually they want you to learn, they want you to start first on something and then go into the engine. They're like make your own engine first and then learn how other things work. I think this is why. Can you see what I'm trying to do? Where the light, and let me actually grab this guy here to hopefully make it a little bit easier. I'm gonna grab you. Yep, thank you. And move you here. And hold on. Let me actually make this size a little bit bigger. There we are. Okay. So what I'm thinking is happening here. What I think is happening here. Words. And what streaming platform are you using? I'm streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. If you mean platform as in program, I use OBS. And let me go ahead and go to cute lime cosplay. Adorable little lime. Let me go back into draw here. Do you see how there's a dark color here? I think that dark color is this color here for the darkness, right? And fair enough, that sounds like a pure headache-inducing nightmare. It was certainly, I can agree to that, yeah. And from there, I went to Godot, and I'm using GDScript, which is like Python, which I've heard, but I want to at some point learn HTML and CSS, so I can eventually make my own website. So I'm thinking that here is this here, and then that top right is kind of this here, which is this guy, and then the darkness, so that guy under there is maybe this guy under here. And hold on, I did not get that name. It was Double Cubes. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in the stream. These are the things I'm thinking, and I'm trying to think to myself, okay, how are they? If we were to maybe make it like, let's see, if I move, oh, hold on. If I move this guy down here and scroll out just a smidge like that, and I never got that, like it's easier to learn game development if you learn how to develop a game, not an engine, then you can move on to harder things or other kinds of teachings. I think they were trying to think of it like, what would you call it? I think they were seeing it like, what's the best way? To make something, you have to understand how it's made. So you have to go into the history of it first before you can fully delve into the modern technology of things. I think that's why they did it. And there's a method to the madness. Just for me personally, it didn't work out. But considering the fact that, a lot of people have graduated and gone on to do great things from that college, I am sure that it works for a lot of people. And hi, hello, Double Cubes. This is what I'm thinking. Hopefully the colors make it a little bit easier. And yeah, C++ scares her. Watch this. Boolean, vector, for length. Hold on now. Vector's the only word that's scary. And yeah, I'm the heirs Ezra website. Welcome in. So I'm thinking that dark color here is this dark color. And then we have another dark color, which I think is like this, which is like this. So when I'm looking at these shapes, that's what I'm trying to think. And the true and false made my head spin. I like programming. It's just when you start doing binary and memory allocation and pointers, it's painful. I'm glad to be out. And I'm not sure something working doesn't mean it's the best way to do things. But you were there, so if you say so, I say, Yeah, it just didn't work for me, but it works for other people. And I think the hood should be more triangle. But more at the bottom, more at the top. Oh, hold on. You think the hood should be triangle. You don't know how to explain it, but more out at the bottom and inner towards the top. So more triangle, something like this. Let's see. So wider here, and then kind of going in here. Something, oh, like that? Maybe like that. Hold on. I think you're onto something. Erase that there, put that there, and then maybe go up a little bit two more here. Okay, that's a little bit too tall. Hold on. Bring it in just a little bit. Something like this, do you think? And sorry, go back to the clothing? No worries. And I mean, I think education could be more inclusive. There's people who have to drop out there's more people who have to drop on more than people think. Oh yeah, 100%. And ignore my previous, no worries, Hans. Yeah, I think that is something worth talking about. Maybe not now, but certainly. It's the sense of, I struggled to learn, but when I'm using my own methods of learning, it helps out a lot more. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think you're onto something. Something like this, maybe even a little bit lower here. Like that? Okay, it's a little bit too squarey. Kind of looks a little bit too much like a period. I don't know, you're Greased Kitty. Oh, hold on. The ads are about to start. I want to try messing around with this guy a little bit more. I'll have the ad brick run while I mess around with it a little bit. It looks like a parka now? Interesting. Parkas are the ones with the floof, right? And maybe you should try the white part smaller too? Sure, yeah. I think the shading's going to need to be a little bit modified. So for example, I think this guy's got to come out here. And then we can kind of round it out a little bit more, possibly not too pointy, but something like this here, that there. Maybe that can come here. We'll go ahead and remove you here. And then for this guy, maybe we can move you here. And another thing I'm trying to keep in mind is that in Pixelart, they say, again, it's something of, well, it's a rule, quote unquote. That means you can break it by all means, but 3, and then you would do 2, and then you could do 3. What some people do is they do, like, for example, 3, and then they do 5, and then they might do 2, and then maybe a little 4 here. And this looks a little bit more funny than this, right? So usually you want to go up or down 1 or stay the same. So for example, instead, it might be, let's see, 3 here, so then you do maybe 4, and then you can go back to 3, and then you could go to 2. So something like that. This line's a little bit more preferred than this line. And then the left screen looks like he's an angel with a halo. Oh, that's adorable. I can see it, yeah, without the bit of the top. How cute. Let me get some lemonade since we're still waiting on the ads just a little bit longer. I'm getting a habit from it now. The things the nuns wear. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure what you call it. Parka sounds like snow parka, but maybe I'm thinking of something else. I have some lemonade done. Let me get some water, and then we can get back into things. And if you're going to be doing like a cafe type game, maybe you could do the enemy like pyromancer. My game's going to be filled with terrible puns. I've yet to decide her magic type. And you can learn more about this by learning about slopes and curves. Ah, yeah, that's true. Hold on. Let's see. Some people do like 2 and then 1 and then hold on, 2. Or they might do 3 and then 2 and then 1 and then it's like 3 and then it's like that. Or maybe you might do 2 here and then 1 and then let's see, something like that. That doesn't feel right. That's 3, but this one feels a little off. I feel like it should maybe be more or less like this. This feels a little bit better. Curves are such an interesting topic. And, parkas are the poofy jackets. I see. Gotcha. And pyromancer? It's lovely. And I remember a long time ago, I was learning JavaScript and the first 100 pages, kids, was not, kid you not, was the history. Yeah. And all the way from C to Python. After I got done, I thought, why? Yeah, most of it was history in the beginning. And I thought of a great game where every time you die, jokes play. Great game. That sounds like a terrifying game. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm thinking maybe this guy can go up a little bit. Like here and here, and welcome back from the unit. So we'll continue. So something like this instead. But then this bit here where it kind of goes in, maybe we can do that, right? Because the light's hitting it. If we go in with the darker colors, right now we're only doing the light colors. So that's the light highlight. And then from there, and oh, you can't see, hold on. Let me move that guy up here. Save it, and then light guy. So all of this is light. So something like this here is the light guy. And I did read that, good. Lovely. Okay, So something like this, I think. Maybe we could even do this here to show off more roundy bits at the top. I'm just trying my best to carve away certain areas, like maybe here you could even remove if you want, but I like how strict that feels, and I don't need to know the entire Latin language to learn English. You make a fair point. So let's see, right? Next up, we have that dark color. So the light, medium, dark. So I have this guy here, which should be a little bit darker. And from there, I'm thinking maybe we can add that guy for darker. Or do we do this guy for darker? I feel like this is better for darker. And slope, did you? What do you mean, Ancia? Like, the thing you said looks funny. It's really useful if your slope isn't constant, like for terrain, for example. Could you elaborate a little bit more? I'm still a little confused. Let's see. For this guy, you usually do the back guys here. I don't need to study English per se to learn English. Some things are helpful, and they truly are. I'm thinking like this, right? Where it looks like it's coming out. And bye, guys. Thank you for the fun. Thank you for coming in, Zosima. Zosamina? Or was that how you say it? Thank you for stopping by. I hope you had a lot of fun. Hope whatever you get up to is certainly a lot of fun as well. Did you read it? I mean, but you were talking about YouTube. Oh, I see. I did read your slope words. So that's what you're talking about. And let's see. Looks like he's got a really tall collar. I can see it. Let's see. I'm wondering, maybe if we bring this out, right? Maybe, for example, it goes like here. How would that look? Something like this. Kind of looks like horns now, doesn't it? Like you were drawing slopes, no? Plus the curve? Yeah, I was. 100%. I was drawing the slopes and the curves. I kind of like this a little bit. Maybe we can do... Interesting. Okay. If we bring the dark colors and maybe do this here for our dark bits, or our dark areas, have this guy here. Maybe we can do that there. And then for here, underneath you, we have the dark areas, so maybe we do dark to show off, hey, look, that's a curve coming out. And that guy's coming out, so this guy's coming in. So maybe something like this for our curves, possibly. And the game over, son. Oh, that'd be terrible. So if the slopes is uneven, going 5, 4, 5, 3 can help show that. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. If you go 5, 4, 5, 3, uneven, but if you go 5, 4, 5, 6, or 5, 4, 5, 4, that's even. That makes sense. Yep. Let's see. And the habit / parka is growing on me the longer I aggressively stare at it without blinking. It takes some time, I'm sure of it. Let's see. Something like that, maybe? Right, we're trying to think of it in curves. When I'm looking at this guy, where are my curves at? If I slide this guy down here and do this again, we first have this top guy, or hold on. That's what this guy is. This is the top, and let me scroll up a little bit to make it easier to see. From there, we have an inside, so this guy's going in, and then we have this guy coming out. So it's like this. And then from there, we have this guy. So is it like here? I don't think so. I think it would be another, like this guy, right? Another dark guy. So instead, maybe we do this guy. And then from there, it's another guy going out here. That's the feel I'm trying to go for. And is this math or Pixelart? Sometimes Pixelart can be a little bit of math. Also, doesn't this kind of look like a little ribbon? I think it's neat. So saying that, let me go into here. Go ahead and enable, let's see, you here. And that's a great idea. Math, you mean? Or let's see, zoom out to where the player will see to get perspective. You mean like here? The issue is I don't know how big the player will see it. I think this is a fine size. I think this works out great. Let's see, maybe here. And certainly that's why I have this guy here to help with zooming out. But it's something I forget to do very often. So thank you for reminding me. And she's jealous of how much drip. Tim is just, oh, he's doing his thing. Let's see. Maybe bring this, hold on. Bring this in a little bit. I don't know if I like this surrounding area. Maybe, for example, it can look like that instead. I feel like that makes it a little bit easier to see. Maybe we can do this here for more lines. Maybe that there. It's tricky. Maybe you can go in here a little bit. And it looks like hair. That's what this is reminding me of. Green hair. I'm not seeing. I'm just forcing them to play in 800x600. Easy. This is the perspective they'll play in. Let me scroll back in just a little bit. That's why I have this guy here to hopefully help me see when it's zoomed out, is the hope. And let's see. For here, at least, I think... Well, that's what this color is. Interesting. And I'm not sure, just because of the colors we have, if having that white is a good idea. So maybe instead, it's like this here. Nope, hold on. We do you, and all of you. Hold your horses. Something like that I think works out a little bit better. And then here, oh, hold on. This is the slope, right? This is the darker bits, I think. And this here would be your trim. So we'll move that so the trim doesn't show up, but it truly is tricky. These are always the trickiest parts. And let's see. Now we've had a cool core mechanic. Oh, congratulations. And it actually looks better the longer you look at it. I think we're overthinking it. Oh yeah, that's another issue. Usually if I look at it for too long, or I'm just here for too long, that's why it's already 3:08. Okay, yeah, we need to move on. I will continue this. It's not always gonna look the best, and that's okay. That's what coming back to it does and should hopefully help. So I will work on this for another 2 minutes, and then we'll move on. As yeah. Oh man, that is certainly an issue I have, and what I'm trying to fix. So I think something like this where it shows it's coming out, and then we have another highlight here, so maybe that's the highlight that comes out there, and then this guy here is for the bottom, like that a little bit. And sorry for getting off topic, but the piano music gives the stream a whole different vibe. Lo-fi made them feel cozier, but the current ones feel smarter. I like the piano, but I also like the lo-fi. The lo-fi was comfy. Something like this. And then we have highlights, it seems like here. So maybe we can go ahead and add the highlight guy. Oh, no, never mind. That guy stays there. And then we have the darker guy, so maybe darker there. Maybe even darker here for the top bit there. Yeah. And then now we need some darker tones for this guy. And thankfully, we already have that darker tone. Oh, hold on. I grab it from you there. We can grab you here. Oh, hold on. There. And then here to show, hey, this is a darker bit. But we're missing one other part. And I think it looks perfect already. Oh, you're sweet. And I haven't looked at your drawing a lot. That's very good to hear. I'm not confident on the hood, but I'm confident on the dress portion. I like it a lot. And it's better than the right one. It looks better than the right one, so that's good. Well, hold on. No, well, left, right. You're right. Yeah, it's looking a lot better. I think the colors certainly help. And there's already progression. And ain't gonna lie, you're speaking with Eminem speed today. Let's see. I want to try just lastly adding that little ripple there that we have for the cloak. So maybe something like this, right? We have this guy here and then a darker color. And this is where I think we would choose maybe like a halfway color. So this guy here, halfway color, to show off, hey, look, this is the dress kind of coming to the side. Though I don't know if that shows it. What do you think? If I do this here, not there, and then this here, and maybe this here, oh, hold on, not there, not there. This should show kind of folds if I do it like that, and that's one fold there, right? And then maybe another fold here. So maybe another fold this way. Oh, hold on, that way. Like that. To show, hey, there's folds in the clothing. That was the idea there. And maybe we can even do it here, where we show, hey, look, there's some folds here, possibly, like that. I went with the midway color. That's the halfway guy. I think that will be that, though. And then there's kind of a tone here, midway. So I'll add that there as well. And then maybe we can also add it here and here. That's that. And I think we move on now. And now I'm seeing it look like a stormtrooper helmet. I'm seeing hair. Like, I'm seeing, hold on. I'm seeing hair like a floofy hair here. Can you see it? Fancy hair. Let me go ahead and save. And is there any type of clothing that should not be posted on the server with this? As long as it's, well, the thing is, right, you can see these guys have no clothing, but I would say certainly stream appropriate. So as long as it's not like, I guess, maybe underwear would be fine. They have it in Stardew Valley. So it just depends. It really feels like a case by case. And I see why you add time limits. You do your best under pressure. I'm telling ya, for me at least, the longer I do these things, oh, I'll stand here for very long. But yeah, we're good. We will move on. Alrighty, let me go ahead and make this smaller and go ahead and do here metal max dress, and boxers with hearts. Yeah, I think that's in Stardew Valley, so I think that's a-okay. I'm not really sure what to draw, so I'm not really sure. No worries, Ansia. I'm sure what you draw will be a-okay and fine. Let me go ahead and I will grab all of these guys. I want to try a different style now, as long as you don't give the characters huge. Yeah, probably. Let me go ahead and make these guys. Let's see. I'll go ahead and do new group, and here, hide you there, and then do new group here, hide you, and oh, we shaved off his head a little bit. Ignore that guy. Hold on. Copy you. I'll go ahead and extract you, make you a new layer, paste you. You go there, and then I'll go and copy you, paste you here. And hold on. Copy you, paste you. There we are. And interesting, the round hood feels like guy dressed for staying warm, and the left feels like dressed for style and coolness. Interesting. Let's see. Alrighty. So we've looked at Middle Max, we've looked at Loop Hero. We'll skip over Final Fantasy for now since it's so tiny. Let's try looking at... Let's do Scott Pilgrim. I think that would be a good look. So let's see. I'll go and hide you, show you. Let's tackle clothing. Or not clothing. Let's tackle shirts and pants. I think that would be a good place to spend our time since we were already kind of working on drapery with the dresses. I feel like that is something you could do with cloaks. So we'll try to do shirt and pants. I feel like that could be handy. Saying that, let's start off with this shirt. I think this shirt should be fun. So I'll go ahead and copy this guy here. And let's give it a go. I'll paste it here. No, where are we at? They're all here. I only needed one of you. New layer, M here. Yeah, grab you. Thanks. And delete the rest of you. And by the way, do you save your stuff onto a second drive or on the cloud? You don't want to get so far, then your drive gets corrupted. This guy I save, and then these files I upload to somewhere else. But yeah, certainly. And this helped me a lot with one of my characters, a mischievous monkey with a dealer coat. Oh, I'm really happy to hear it. We haven't done coats, but just the ideas and the techniques. I'm really happy to help or hear that it's helping. Words and a mischievous monkey. Oh, that sounds adorable. Let me go ahead and delete this guy here. Movie here. So we're gonna try to draw this guy. Or not this guy, but his clothing. Let me move it up here. Move you about, you know, you get up all the way up there. There you go. And save you here. So again, right, we're just going back to blotting and then adding that outline. So the outline, inline, things of that nature. So we have on here some cream colors and green. So let's go ahead and grab green. Now we already did green, so you know what? We'll just grab the greens we have. So I'll go back to here. Go ahead back to this palette here. And let me grab the palette, copy. And then we can go ahead and hide it. Yep, thanks. Yoink. And here we are. Oh, we're missing a color. What color are we missing? This center color here? This guy? No, we're missing this color. Alrighty, thanks for that color. Okay, and then I'll put it here. Lovely. And then it's kind of a brownish color. So do we have a brownish gray color? Not really. So you know what? Let's go with like a tannish color. I feel like this tan could be fun. Yeah, it's not really that tan. It's more like a khaki tan. But if we want to do something like this color, I'm thinking... Okay, we'll desaturate this guy. So I'll scroll up here. And if I move this to the left, it desaturates it to make it look like this. And I think that's fine. He brought backup. Lots and lots of backup. And hello, how are you doing today? Is it Hitchter? I believe I've seen that name before. Welcome in. welcome in. I'm doing great today. Right now we're working on learning how to draw clothing. We just finished up dresses. Now we're moving on to shirts and pants. So I hope you enjoy. So let's see. I'm thinking this guy, right? And again, we'll make sure we have 3 colors. So we have this color here. And then I'm going to go down. I'm going to go to the cooler colors. So just trying to hue shift. Maybe a little bit darker. That might feel a little bit too dark, but we'll see. And then from this color here, we're going to go ahead and go back darker. So something like this might be worth the while. We'll see. And can I suggest an outfit? Hi, Mallory. Welcome to stream. Can you elaborate a little bit on what you mean? I'm very curious. And by image right now. And the thing was, I did bring a lot of images. If we go back to, is it like a real person image or a Pixelart image? I wasn't sure how I was going to do this study. So I have a lot of images here on clothing and people already. And we haven't even used them, which is surprising. But again, it's the thing of, I usually over-prepare. But maybe next time we can get to looking at these guys and trying to draw their outfits. Right now, we're taking it slowly in the sense of just looking at pixel art stuff. And then next time, I think looking at actual people will be handy. As the first time I did this, I tried first doing it by people. And this is how it went. Or hold on. This. I tried looking at a reference for Cloak. And I'm happy at how it came out. But I was really confused by it. I looked at references for shirts and pants. So, given this was my last attempt, I'm really curious to see how it will work out well. Now, this was me looking at an image. So this time around, I'm looking at pixel art. And next time around, we'll look at an image again to see the difference. And also off topic, but I like how the shade of the area under his hair, I guess those are the big guy advantages. Do you mean this here for the shading? Possibly. And hi, George, welcome in. And I was looking for tutorials and miraculously ended up here. Well, welcome in. I don't know if I'd call myself a tutorial person. I try. Usually when I do these studies, it's something I haven't done before. And this time around, I've done it once. This was last time. This was 9 months ago. Now we're doing it again, but it's that thing of more so, I have no idea what I'm doing. You have no idea what you're doing. So let's learn together. I hope you have a fun time in here, though. So, saying that, right? Back to the idea of blotting things out. So I'm going to first blot out the shirt. It seems to be a simple shirt, so I won't try to add out extra to it. Maybe that, so we can add some outlines, but we'll see. And he also has a little collar here, so maybe we can do that color there, possibly, right? And she's a Pixel Pro. Don't let her tell you I need to hold on now. I appreciate the compliment, however, I have a rebuttal, and I mean the area near his eyes. Oh, this here is what you mean, check? Or do you mean this here, this area near the eyes? Which area are you talking about? I'm going to, hold on, fill this guy in. And I'm also studying. A month ago, I decided to be a game designer. Ooh, and I discovered that I need a dozen talents I don't have. Yeah. That's what I try to do on my channel, is I try my best to learn things, as you need to wear a lot of hats. So it's a thing of, okay, let's learn. There's no way around it. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to, never mind. Oh, are you sure, check? I can try to see again, but I don't get what you mean. Area near his eyes. This is the area near the eyes. The dark shades? And the music has the first 2 notes of chest type beat, and it's stressing me out. The song never starts. And light tea and blue jeans these days feels like code for I'm not wearing my gang colors today. They're part of the cool kids club. I feel like that's what they would be. What I want to try to do is add that feeling of it being a shirt. So this feels shirt-like, and let me slide it over a little bit. And all I'm trying to do is figure out, okay, where can we add that feeling of shirt? Something like that, maybe? Maybe something like this, and love Scott Pilgrim's art. I love it too. It's nice. Now, yes, the Mr. Shirt Pants guy. It'll get there slowly. Right now, it's just a matter of attempts, right? And I've been watching all your streams to catch up. No rebuttal for you. You're sweet, Preston. And I heard that name, Flatoes. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. I remember that name as well. So let's see. Oh, that's from YouTube. That's the Minecraft slime, I believe, right? Welcome in from the other side. What I'm trying to do now is get that shirt feel, and this definitely doesn't feel like shirt. Maybe something that can feel shirt-like. Maybe something like this and then this, right? Possibly for a shirt feel. From here, we have the pants. The pants are divided by a line, so we'll do that. Got some khaki pants, so we'll go ahead and do this here. And then he also has some white shoes, and kind of already has white shoes, so maybe we can get away with that. Now on YouTube and Twitch. Yep, I remember the name. You're on the other side. Okay. I'm not quite liking the shirt. Shirt's tricky. And Dark Spectre Interactive, is that how you say it? Welcome to stream. And I've been following you for a little while, and I gotta say, love your art. You're very sweet. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. I try, and I'm glad to hear I'm succeeding. And hi, Mr. Big. Welcome into stream as well. Welcome in. And, we don't want that. Maybe what we can do is make it this instead. And the arms feel really small, right? So what I'm just trying to do right now is get the feel out. And Spork Scroll
just followed.
Thank you for the follow, and welcome in. Welcome in. And let's see. I feel like it's very easy to accidentally go into Lego art with Pixelart. Oh yeah, 100%. It feels like there's some cases where I think, oh man, this looks great, and then it turns into Lego hands. It goes off into very weird territory that I was not expecting. And for here, for example, I want his arms to slope downward. So maybe something like this is a little bit better. Maybe then what we can do is have the arm go down, then it feels funny, so maybe like this here. And maybe we don't fight it. Maybe we just have, this feels better, right? And yeah, got my name right. Lovely. It's a little complicated. It's the name of my in-progress game dev studio. Ooh, how fun. I've heard of the interactive ones before, so I'm best of luck with making your studio. I hope that's a lot of fun. And let's see. And Arrow Vamp left? What do you mean? Oh, thank you, Zero. Gotta go. It was a fun time on stream. Thanks for helping us learn lots together. Lots of love. Thank you, Arrow Vamp. Thank you. I read different names, but I really do hope you have a lovely day and narrating things and stuff, but I'm glad it's helpful. He's got a big tummy now? Yeah. Isn't it interesting? And please take this as a compliment, but sometimes I feel like you're just speaking an ongoing sentence at the time with various punctuations and in it. It needs to fall into excessive symmetry. Oh yeah. And while T and blue, oh, I see. Okay, good. And the Mr. Chirp, I did read that. Yep. I will modify the symmetry a little bit, but for right now, I'm doing these things. Well, this feels weird. That feels weird. Okay, maybe this? That feels better. And I joined my first game jam yesterday, wondering if you have any tips. Not quite. I've never been in a game jam, but I have made a game in 24 hours. My best suggestion is to plan. Plan everything you make. Make sure you have a plan going into things, right? Make sure you're writing things down. That helps a lot. And this and that and lots of things. I think this makes it a little bit better. Maybe even then we can do this here. Nah, maybe this. Just show, hey, these are pants. That line there, right? And then from there, this is tricky because there's 2 tones. Well, there's 3 tones here, but because his knees are bent, you don't really get all the luxuries of that. However, I think this works out for now. I feel like he's a little fancy with this shirt on, and I quite like this. Hold on. What if we do this, and then that? Maybe we can even do this, and this here? Maybe this here, and that there? No, definitely not. Either this or this. I feel like the little V-neck helps. He looks pantsless now. Maybe if I do this, does this help a little bit with making it a little bit darker? I feel like the cream helps a smidge. Let me go ahead and move this guy here. I'll go ahead and copy him, paste him in, slide him over so we have multiples of these guys. Where did their faces go? Oh. Okay, I got concerned for a second. We're good. This was the bottom one. All right, hold on. Copy you, move you up. There we are. Lovely. And the V-neck looks really good. Yeah, I like the V-neck. I feel like the V-neck adds a little bit of character. Let me slide you up here. Oh, hold on. Let me click this here, click that there. Zoom in to about here. There we are. Good. Okay, so detail stuff. First off, there was this guy here with the pants. Maybe we can add a little bit of ripple for the shirt. Maybe even add a bit so it falls over to this side. Something like, hold on, something like this here, possibly. Maybe we can even add a bit here so it looks like it's going down. Looks like a torn shirt, which is interesting. And your speed of talking is respectable, but a little more than usual. I'm not surprised you say that. Let's see. I think this works. And then, let's see. He kind of has a line at the bottom. Oh, you did it anyway? What do you mean, Zero? Make shirt looser? Oh, I see. Not Insia. Meowity was talking about making it less symmetrical. And from what I learned in the last one, shading will make a big difference. Oh yeah. I don't want to do too much with the shaping. I just wanted to see, at least for the outlines, how it would feel. From here, let's see. Let's go for the dark guy. So I'll grab the medium dark guy. And then for here, the top of his shirt is either in shading or the bottom. So let me go ahead and grab this guy here. And you invoked me! No! Whatever shall I do? Let's see. Something like this. And then maybe that and that there. Not there. Neck feels too big. But I also do like the shirt. Maybe if we moved his head down more. Like, I like the shirt feel now compared to what it was. However, this also feels better. So maybe we can do something like this and then have these guys here as the outline for the top, possibly. Maybe. And now he's Mr. Cool Dude guy. He needs the shades to be really cool. For here, there's darkness along the sides, and then maybe
Arvo_Arvo,
is that how you say it? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to stream. Welcome to the struggles of shading. He just has a big Adam's apple. Don't judge him. Not judging. I'm accepting. It's just I'm noticing. But welcome in, Arvo. What a fun name. Let's see. For this guy here, it's a little tricky just because the colors are different. But I'm thinking, right? Colors on the sides, right? And the slight bristle, maybe. Let's see. For next up, we have the dark parts. I have the dark edges here, I think. And to show, hey, these are pants. These are very dark pants. So something like this here. And isn't the dark part on the sides the effective perspective? That's what I tried to do, right? The dark part here for the side. Dark part here for the sides. And then maybe here. I'm thinking here to show it's underneath. But I'm also thinking maybe the issue is the lines. So maybe if we do something like this, it'll feel a little bit better. What do you think? Do the lines matter or they don't matter? I feel like the lines do help. If anything, it should be really dark green lines. So maybe these lines would be better. These feel a little bit too saturated. Very funny. Now you feel a little bit too dark. So less dark. Something like that, maybe? As yeah, that was a little bit too saturated with green. And that's looking really good from far away? Well, that's good, that's good. Let's see. Yeah, I'm wondering here. Let me move this here, move that there and there. And this one feels like Ocarina of Time's Forest Temple, except it never started. Lots of these are, what is it? This one is Forest Temple. You are correct, Ansia. A lot of these pianos are remixes of game songs, so you guessed correctly. Let's see. Yep. Okay. So that there. Okay. So something like this, I think works out fine. And then, and is it Scott Pilgrim? It is. And hi, Remarch. Welcome into stream. Yep. This is the Scott Pilgrim sprites from, I don't know which game, but yep, we're looking at some Scott Pilgrim sprites. And up close, he looks like he soiled himself. Oh no.
Hellfire Ifrit just followed.
Firefret? Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. And the Gyardo one is great, but why doesn't this one follow the beginning notes? No clue. It's a remix. So let's see. It's great now. It looks like he sweated a lot before. Oh, that's good. Oh, I see what you mean by he looks like he soiled his pants. Maybe adding this line in here would help it look less like pants soiling. I can zoom out a little bit as well, and I can't afford it, but posture check, put it on my tab. All right, sure. Posture check. Sitting up straight, also did a bit of a stretch, but making sure we're good. And this one's spooky scary, so
Check _16 just
on the
redeemed
house.
posture check.
And you're going to have 100k followers by the end of the stream. We're very sweet, Preston. It's a surprise, but I'm glad a lot of people are enjoying these. I know I tend to get a little bit sidetracked, and it kind of leans a little less out of the learning bits, but it's just a thing of trial and error. So let's see. Maybe, oh, hold on. Here, like this and this. I need to save the future elevator pitches. I was robbed today. Oh man, I didn't know that would be the case. I think this could work, do you think? Having this as the outside line, and then maybe all of this can be the outside line? Something like this? But then I think maybe, this is me just figuring things out on my own, but having this as the line that kind of comes out and down, the separator line, how does that look, do you think? Maybe? Or maybe we can do it opposite, where these guys are the dark guys, and hold on, I've got all the money Chaos Gremlin laughter like noises. Yuck. That's what I imagine the Chaos Gremlin sound would sound like. Let me move you here. Well, actually, we'll move you here. Then we'll go here, and you're not the clothing I need. You're the guy I need. Yep, and then move you here. And then what I want to do is try the different styles I was thinking about. So copy this, paste this here, move you here. Now, which one do you think looks better? We have this guy here with the two colors, or do you think they're reversed? So let's see. Either this or this here. Take that dark color and move it here and here. Maybe this darker one's a little bit better because it's on the outside, right? I think this one might feel better. This guy here where it's darker, possibly. And my favorite scene from the whole movie, I was laughing so hard. And now I want to see him driving out the window. You know what he just left? What do you mean? Zero, hold on. Let me scroll up. Did I miss something? The slight... Oh, I did read that. Good. Okay. Good. You don't need to imagine that. You already got the good... I am neither chaotic or gremlin. You must be mistaken. Check. I'm thinking also maybe what we can do is make these dark, right? And then make the light guy here like this instead. So something like that, possibly. Maybe we can even get rid of these guys here. It's more so like this here to show off, hey, this is the shirt bit. And then for the sides, maybe, well, yeah. Sides kind of carve it to looking like a t-shirt. And then maybe we can do these little guys here. And then from these little guys, we can also drag in this little guy here. So possibly like that. But you are, can't blame the elevators today. I did do the pitch. It was just muted. Oh man, I was not expecting that. I get microphones. Crazy things. The two lines here, and then I've got all the proof my draw together one two will be accepted.
Nimblefizz just followed.
And hi Nimblefizz, thank you for the follow and welcome to stream. Welcome, welcome into attempts. And only sophisticated princess laughs around here. Exactly. Ho, ho, ho. Exactly. Let's see. Move you here, maybe? I think this is fine, truth be told. We could add a little bit more shading, but what I really want to try is the guy with the black shirt. And I'll let this slide for once. On a serious note, no worries. I do appreciate it, Ads. Yeah. Next time, the mission won't be failed, and that was Santa. I've seen quite a many princesses laugh like that. And I did hear that. Good, good. Let's see. Maybe this guy can come here instead. He really does look a little funny. So maybe we can do this instead? If we do this, it looks a little wonky. Maybe if we just add these for the lines here. I think that works out. And then the lines here and here, I think this also works out too. Maybe what we can even do is add a darker line here to show off, hey, look, these are knee parts. The knees, you need them. Something like this. Does that feel like it works? And your laughing is better than any medication. Warning, Eris giggles. Warning, Eris giggles can cause excessive smiling, hurt cheeks, and an overabundance of feeling good. I'm glad they make you smile. And looks like he's a sweaty child. The arched arms are very much to that illustration. Interesting. I wonder if we do this, right? And we just move this into here and do this here. Do some of these. Some of these. Some of them. How about that? Does it make him look more sophisticated, do you think? And there was a scene where Knives, girl he was kind of dating, shows up to him looking at Scott here. Oh, I see. I haven't seen Scott Pilgrim. That went way over my head, Zero. Oh man, I was confused on what you meant by Knives. Got ya. Let's see. Do these guys here, and then, oh, hold on. And then, and, oh, hold on. Undo. Yep, you there. We don't need you. We need you. And then we're gonna need the middle guy here. Yep, and then you go here. And then, yeah. Lovely. I quite like his shirt. I think we're overthinking it. Oh, no, I'm done. I'm all done. We move on to the next shirt. I just wanted to add glasses. We're good to go. I want to try the other shirt the guy had. I think that would be handy to try. So let me slide this guy over here and move it over. So we have these guys, and then let me move over you. Copy, paste. Slide you over to here, and then also move you over here. There you are. And then we can go ahead and delete the shirts. Oh, well, actually, you know what? You can keep the cool shades. You're cool today. Tem is cool. And from there, let's see, Knives. Oh, I think I know who you were talking about. It was like, she was a really crazy looking lady. Did she have glasses, Zero? I think I know which one you were talking about. I was looking at some sprites. What I want to try drawing is this guy here. I think this would be handy. See if we can do a t-shirt. The pants seem the same, so we'll try to do some shirts. I think trying to do, oh, hold on, this guy here. And let's see. I also want to see about this here. This guy seems like he'd be a little bit easier but trickier to draw because it's more shading. So let's give it a try. It's super cool. Ah, yeah. So I'll go ahead and save this guy. Paste it back to here. And he's got some blue instead of the other colors. So I will grab some blue. I will go ahead and grab you. And let's see. And that other Scott. Huh? Other Scott? Hold on. Who? I couldn't tell you. I didn't label these guys. Let's see. Go back into here. And let's see. You're a darker blue. Do I have any dark blues? I don't. Do I have any dark blues here? I don't either. Alrighty, you know what? We'll keep with the palette just to make things a little bit easier. I wonder if undershirts will be easier or hard. We'll see. Let's see. You got you here. So dark blue. And then we're going to need a light blue. And let me go ahead and grab you. And then maybe a really light blue, possibly. So we have really light blue and medium blue. This feels a little bit too light, so I'm going to crank it down a little bit. And the guy you're drawing now, that's other Scott. Oh, interesting. Huh. Maybe it's the glasses and the hair color. They look a little different, but that's interesting. And how are you holding Pawn Bobby? It was either going to be Checker Bobby or Pawn Bobby. And it was decided we would go with Checker Bobby. We'll move the blue to here. I think that's a little bit easier. Let's see. Alrighty, so for this guy, he's gonna need a shirt. we'll go with gray shirt, or actually, you know, let's go with khaki shirt. Make things a little bit easier on us. So I'll go ahead and do this guy here. And the blue shirt kind of goes out. So we'll start again with the outline. He was gathering his roommates. Ah, interesting. I really don't know much lore. And I went through clothing. I ended up adding hair. Well, when in doubt, add some cool, like a hair flick curling clothing. Yep, that's hair. Let's see. So for our shirt here, let's add you. And I think this is what the shirt will be, like separated, right? And then we kind of have the lines here. So something like this. He kind of looks like he has a biker shirt on now. I need merch of it. Maybe I can make it an emote and dating. I do know that's this guy, right? I remember seeing a short. This guy here, right? I forget his name, but I know it's this guy here. I think his roommate, right? And Jimmy Neutron, Point Dexter, and it was an appropriate color. I don't know what we're talking about. Check. And from here, we'll go ahead and I'm just blotting things in. I'm starting off with color and blotting as I think it'll make it a little bit easier to do. And from here, and then we have shirts. Let's see, something like this. And then we have darker shirts and it was Jimmy Neutron. I see. Let's see. Movie here and then shirt here. Something like this. Maybe we can do more along the lines of this. And then have that like what we saw with the Pixelart of the day. Where this guy kind of has that outline that you can't really see quite well. But something like this, possibly. And the shirt again feels a little funny. So move this down here. And maybe we can do this guy here. Something like this. And hi, Cats on keyboard. Welcome to stream. Welcome back in. I hope everyone's having a great day. My day is going great. I hope everyone else is as well. And welcome in. Let's see. Please reconsider. I was about to say, I didn't see the please reconsider part. I was wrong. I was very wrong. I want to grab a dark blue. These are really saturated blues. I mean, they are hurting your face. So I'm just gonna, I know I don't usually do this, but I feel like the blue needs to be desaturated just a little bit. So I'll lower the saturation on this guy. So he's not in your face as much. That way we can go down with a little bit more saturation. That's a little bit too dark. Something like this, or maybe a little bit back, a little bit more like that, possibly. And then from here, she just missed your message. Hold on. I said welcome back in. Well, I didn't say random. I think I said banana, but welcome in. And I messaged. I think she's going to 9 million miles per hour. I'm trying over here. Let's see. I think right. We can see the top of the jacket, bottom of the jacket. So doing bottom jacket, top jacket, something like this, where we see the bottom bits of it. I'm trying to keep in mind that shirt. So something like this, maybe. It is looking like a shirt over here, which was the #1 important part. However, the part here, interesting. Like that there, maybe. And then we have that line there, and there's a darker line, it seems like. You're doing great. I do appreciate it, and I got this. Banana attack. Oh, silly. Let's see. I think something like this, and maybe we don't even need that dark line, right? And you don't want to find out, or else, I'm telling you, they just come into here with threats. It's a little intimidating. I'll be honest, it's a little scary. I think this looks well. And whenever I see a blue shirt with a zipper, I think Sans. The Sans will always be there in our hearts. For a zipper, maybe you could do something like that. Right for the sides, at least, possibly. Maybe this. For this guy here, I'm winging it just because it's a little bit trickier for lines. So go ahead and I'll copy, hold on. I'll copy you. I feel like the shirt could be modified a smidge, certainly. Let me zoom this guy in over here, move it up here so it can be seen a little bit better. Zoom in here so I can see a little bit better. Save it. And let's take a check. Alrighty. So this guy here, and then let's see. I want it to feel like it's rounding. That's why I did the round area. However, maybe we make it go down a little bit, something like this instead. Feels a little too flappy. So let's not. And that looks amazing. You did that in 5 minutes. Thank you. For me, it just comes down to blobbing in the colors. And this here, something about the colors feels off. I'm thinking maybe this guy, and then here. Maybe the edges are what's bothering me at the moment. Maybe what we can do is add you here. No, that definitely doesn't feel right. And what is your opinion on the Asgore running over dust theory? I don't have an opinion. I've never heard of that theory to begin with. And I never thought this far ahead. Oh, man. You never, when threats happen, you never think people will question them until they do. And at that point, you have to question how do I go from here? What more is there? Let me see. I want to see about the hands. I'm wondering. We add hands here. It's like little Lego hands. I'm sorry, what theory? I mean, cool theory, but what? Yeah. Oh man, we'll have to save that for a Deltarune idea, but I think I'll save theory thinking for when I finish it. That way I don't get spoiled. So let's see. Something like this, I think. Right, and finger guns? Pew pew. Let's see. Grab you here, and I think this guy's too bright. So I'll make my own colors. I'll go here to brighter, and then I'll go here to brighter. So instead, I'm thinking this guy for our bright tones. Something like that. And oh, hold on. You here, and undo here. There you are. There we go. Okay. And then from there, he has light shading on different parts, and it looks like he also has that hoodie bit where they usually have the hoodie come in. So I added that dot there, and after the stream starts Deltarune truck song, I won't, just in case it's spoiler stuff. But I do appreciate the recommendation. So let's see. I'm thinking something like this here for the look of a feel of it being a t-shirt. And then from there, what we can do possibly is add this guy for the background here and here, like that. Does it feel like he has a t-shirt in the back, right? I remember the sloth from Utopia because I know what voice I'll suggest. I don't believe I'd be even capable of it. And I suppose it's just a funny theory. I say. Interesting. I'll have to give it a think at the very least. So let's see. Something like this here and that there? No. I think this works out a little bit better. And then maybe this here to show off, hey, look, we're in lighting. So something like that there. But I like the curve bit a little bit better. Yeah, something like that to show off, hey, look, it's a jacket in the background. Maybe even we can do this instead. Nah, I think this works out. The separated bit to show off the jacket. And then from there, let's see. This is the collar bit here, but I feel like it's not very collar-like. Maybe if we do this guy here instead. And gotta go bye. Thank you for stopping by, Banan. Thanks for stopping in. Let's see. Something like this, do you think, instead? So like that. I feel like this helps add that feel of it being a collar more. However, I'm not too sure how I feel about that dark line at that cheek. I don't like this line here, but it feels appropriate for the area, doesn't it? And now it's Mr. Hip Man guy. He's hip and cool. Maybe if we do a dark line there, nah. I think this is fine. I think we're A-okay. And hello, non-smelly people. Hello, Eris. The Jack! How dare you! I'm sure I'm certainly non-smelly. I smell like a fresh flower picked. Welcome in though. And Hipman 47. He's just that cool. Let's see. I think this works though, right? And maybe what we can even do, getting a little bit in here, a little bit in, a little zoom in. Maybe we can add a lace in here and then maybe a darker tone. So something like that can work. What do you think? Does it look like a skin or does it look like a string lace? The issue is because the skin isn't really doing a Raphael joke. I haven't heard of those before. I'm a little scared now. Or maybe we could do buttons here like that. That could also work too, right? There's different ways you can do outfits, and I really haven't done clothing like this before. It's been very fun. And, oh, elevator pitched! Hold on!
We just redeemed elevator pitch.
I'm giving those back! How do I do it? We already did one of these. They need to be redeemed once a stream. I need to give you those points back and disable it. Oh man. I don't know how to undo it. Oh man, where are we? I know there's a way to give the points back, but you were muted. Alright, very quickly. 30 seconds even. It's gonna be even better. Hold on, let's just let's do this. Oh wait, I'm not. Oh yeah, actually, never mind. There's too many things you're not seeing that it's not being changed. I need to click draw. I have to modify the microphone settings. I have to go back and do that. So to say that, how do I give the points back? I know there's a way to give points. Slash point give redeem. I don't know, but after stream beat us, I will figure that out. That should be disabled at the moment, as microphone settings aren't working on that screen, and that would take me some time to figure out. And you don't need to do the fancy elevator anyway. The elevator is quite fancy. Let me disable it. That way we don't have any more mistakes. But don't worry, Beatus, you'll get redeemed. I need a 3x bonus return for emotional distress. My lawyer said so. Where's the disable? Elevator pitch. Disable. Yeah, I have to figure out the microphone settings. And I better be dazzled by this pitch. Oh man, let me move this back into here. How about this? Welcome to Necrotype Cafe, a rhythm typing cafe game where you play as Gabriella, a necromancer whose aspirations not to be a necromancer. No, she wants to be a baker, a chef. So she decides to go to a prestigious wizard academy. And here at the prestigious wizard academy, she finds an abandoned part of the school where she serves her fellow customers, her fellow students. And from there, she serves them foods, delights, and the idea is that it's a rhythm typing cafe game. The cafe comes from serving the customers, and the rhythm typing portion comes from serving the customers. And to make this food, to make your delights, you have to type to the beat. You have to summon food by spellcasting. Hence, rhythm typing spellcasting game. Lots of fun animations, lots of cool colors, lots of fun things. There you go. And my dog is a lawyer. A Tony's at paw. Oh no. Well, my lawyer's a cat. That's an even better lawyer. I think this jacket works out well though. Maybe we could add lighting at the top, right? And then a little bit lighting here, like this, for shading. Possibly lighting here and here. Nah, I think this works out well. Yeah, here. And okay, but like, that was a cool pitch. You managed to take everything, make everything concise, although talking speed does help. I feel like the talking speed hurts. And I feel dazzles good. Glad to hear it. I want to do one more of these guys. It's 3:49 now, so we still have time for other things. So I'm glad to hear it done. Can you repeat that? I was walking my pet rock. First it's a dog, then it's a rock. When will it end? Let me go ahead and save these guys, copy them, move them up, and let's see. Copy you. Hold on. Grab the plates here. Copy, paste. Move you up here. Okie dokie. From here, I'm gonna go ahead and also move these guys here. And oh, that did not move you. Are you on the wrong layer? But you are not. So why can't I just select you and then move you here? And welcome in, by the way, Beatus. I don't know if I said welcome in. Let me move you here. There we go. Lovely. Okay. You'll move you to here. Save it. And looks like one of those big puffy jackets when it's far away. I can see it. Yeah, maybe it's the highlights. If I don't do the highlights, do you still feel like that? Oh, hold on. If I don't do the highlights, so something like this instead. Yeah, I think it's the highlights maybe that gives us that puffy feel. And this music's very dramatic. So we'll go ahead and move on from dramatic. Let's see. I think this one here. There we go. Lovely. A little bit less on the dramatized. Okay, so we've done this guy. Let us now try and see. Well, actually, I want to see about maybe doing this shirt here. That could be fun to see if we can do one where it has a little bit coming out. So let me go ahead and copy this guy, paste him, move him back over here. We'll go ahead and delete this. No more shirt for you. We'll do one more of these guys, and then we'll move on to Cloaks. Save it here, and dramatic elevator pitch. Drama. Let me go ahead and move this here, move you here. Alrighty, okay. So, and let me take off the cool glasses. Let me go ahead and move you. Hold on. Grab you, please. Yep. Grab you here. Copy you, paste you. Move you to where you need to be, which is here, right there. Save it in. Okay. And again, we won't do the pants since I feel like the pants could certainly be just at least this size. It's a little tricky to do. Well, actually, it's a little bit tricky as well because the pants are going over the shoes. I don't know if that's possible in this little guy here. Are the pants possible to do over the shoes? Maybe. But maybe if we do something like, and hold on, let me grab this. Let me grab you as our color. These are your pants. Yep. And then have the pants maybe flop a little bit. Right? It's tricky. But out of all these characters, he deserves the cool glasses the most. He feels like he's fancy though. He doesn't feel, he's got the fancy clothing on where you're ready to go out on town. That's what the clothing feels like for him, at least. Yeah, we're just gonna, we'll keep what we have, and that's perfect. Dramatic elevator pitch. Or that's perfect. Do you mean the fancy pants? Okay, so for his shirt, it shouldn't be too painful, I think. We'll grab this guy here, and you can do pixel on the white part of the shoes. You can, hold on, like 2 front pixels? You can do pixel on the white part of the shoes. I don't get what you mean, Anthea, but can you elaborate a little bit? I think you could do it, but you did. Oh, thank you. Let's see, like that? 1 pixel? Like this here, possibly? And then we have pants going here, like this? Maybe, or you said 1 pixel, right? So 1 pixel here, but then it doesn't really feel like shoes. Maybe if we did this here, something like that possibly for it. But it looks very funny. It looks like maybe cowboy pants is the feel I'm getting. The other way, I see. Let's see. Grab you here and then move you, let's see, like this here and then move you here. Something like that instead, are you saying? And this is way too dark. I can't see what's going on. There we are. That's a little better. It's a bit better. Something like that? Maybe. It's not too bad. Something like that. Shading would have to be a little bit different, but I'll keep it for now. How about that? Let's see. I'll zoom in. Save it. Alrighty. I mean, sure, I was talking about the white pixels specifically. Oh, this here. And then this here? Like that, do you mean? Instead? I'm not quite too sure how I feel about that. Yeah. Interesting. I'm not getting the foot anymore, but I'll keep it for now. So let's see. For this guy here, he really just has a shirt. So I'll go ahead and I'll just add this here. Now it's a really long shirt. So I'll add that, and then for that there, and then we'll go ahead and just do, oh, hold on, never mind. This here, the shading will help. Oh yeah, I think the shading would. Let me see, why are you angry? And I'll give the shading a try. Let's do the shirt and then see about the shading for the pants. I'm not opposed to trying it. Okay, does this get rid of your angry problems? This here? Here. There we are. And for this guy here, I wanted to see about having that point like that. And then something like this. Yeah! Oh, he's adorable! Wouldn't you say? Maybe what we can do is add this here, this here, this here, and then add a point here? I think the little, maybe that there works out a little bit better. Maybe we can move it in a smidge like that. And I feel like I know it. It's driving me mad. Oh no. And what's the music? The music right now is currently Theme of Samus and Hydrate. Sure, also hydrate before I dehydrate. Water time. And welcome in, by the way, the Whitechapel.
The _ Whitechapel
welcome
just
in.
redeemed hydrate.
Right. Tasty, and thank you. And it's nice music. I do like it. Now, do we do this or this? I feel like this is a little bit better. And Metroid from Samus? It is Theme of Samus. Unless that's what you mean, Metroid of Samus. Let's see. Now, for this guy here, he kind of has areas on the... He looks like a fancy toddler. He does. He looks like he's about to go to his first fancy place. And I wish YouTube could do the word band thing. That was hilarious. It was painful is what it was. Hilarious. I see you enjoy me suffering. I'm gonna move this down a little bit, and I want to see if maybe we move this here. It might be another case of moving his hands down, where we do this instead. So something like this here. Oh, hold on. That there, and then have... Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Maybe this here. Maybe this here, like that, and then maybe that. Oh, that. Maybe? It looks a little funny. I think this is fine a little bit more, but the hands feel funny. I don't know if I like it. Go back. Yeah, I like this better. This was better. Yeah. Maybe something like that. My man's ready for the preschool dance. Yeah! He's gonna get all the girls to fit. Really, what we'd have to do is add a little here. Hold on. I don't know if we can do it for him. He's so tiny. Let's see. This is little Timmy would be the one that would go. Something like this here, maybe here. And oh, he's adorable. And the issue is just the, he's too tiny. He's too small. I would assume it'd be something like that looks like a little dress. Let me slide this guy back up here. Scroll it down a little bit so you can see the little Timmy. And then let me make sure that's visible. Yep. Okay, so saying all of that, right? And quick, someone do the band word if. Oh, that'd be terrible. And give him a little spinny hat. A little party one, do you mean? And let's see. Okay. So from here, I'm thinking we make the wrist stuff darker. So we have this guy, and then we have this is a darker color. So something like that. And it reminds me of the church clothes from Delta. When everyone's so fancy. And he's so small, his head's so big. How does he not drag it on the back? He really just does feel like a little baby. I'm thinking we do this here for the corners of the clothing. And then again here, right, for the darker, because you can see the dark bits there. So we have darker here up top, possibly. Maybe something like this here. And then the lines for the clothing, maybe you could even do like that, but I don't like it. I think this works out well. Just these guys I'm not really a fan of. So let's see if I do. So this guy's using dark lines for his colors. We're not really using dark lines, so it's a little bit tricky. We have this guy here and then the little dark corner bits for the round areas, which I think is fine. We could even do this here for the darker parts of the collars, and I feel like he suddenly aged a few seconds. And Will's my hero. Is that his name? I know this is his roommate. I've only seen like a short or two on them, but I feel like the game could be fun to play. Let's see. So from here, let me do, let's see. That I feel like is a little bit better. Maybe we even make this a lighter color. So something like this. Just something like this. So a lighter tone. And maybe that black is not what we need, but black is what we have available at the moment. Maybe a little bit brighter, something like that instead. Then from there, we take the dark parts here. So something like this maybe can help it feel... I don't like it. Go back. Back, I say back. And timer's about to start, or ads are about to start. So I'll let them do their thing now. And I'll take a drink break, water break. And looks like he has tiny little baby arms from far away. I can see it, yeah. The hands feel a little funny. And ears, and it'll be okay. I feel it's very Pokemon-like, so I assume it is. Yeah, it's fine. It's summer, by the way, right? So that feels accurate, yeah. I want to try, or at least I feel like if I were to draw myself, I would do one of the really full clothing frilly ones with a big old hat. A big old summer hat. Let me get some more water.
Burke F.A. Keskin subscribed on YouTube.
Thank you too. Let me get that name there. Hold on. Burke F. Keskin? Is that how you say it? And welcome in. And it levels me up. It was destiny. Oh, lovely. And floaties? Yeah, give me floaties. Oh, that'd be adorable. I feel like it'd be fun too. Funny enough, I used to be a professional swimmer. So the fact you're giving me floaties. A little ducky. Let me get some lemonade. And I want to get to water. I went to get water and forgot to make food. I just heated water. No worries, Ansia. I've done that before. Put food in the cabinet by accident. Or put cups in the refrigerator. Oh man, let me get some lemonade. And then I think the ads will be up. A Bobby floaty. Oh, that sounds adorable. Very cute. Let me get some of these. Your brother did tournaments in school? Yeah, I did lots of swim meets. And can word bands also do verbs? Yep, any word can be banned, unfortunately. That is the name of the game, any word. It's always been this, and I feel like I've evolved from this a little bit. And since they're still at time, let me get more water. Oh my stars, the princess has presented the Sir Sophisticated Gentleman guy to us. Do you mean this little guy here is sophisticated? He feels sophisticated. I think we just had to add some shading around his arms, and I think we'll be good to go. And then we can move on to Cloaks, as I feel like Cloaks could be a lot of fun. The thing was, I wanted to do stuff that related to the clothing I want to draw my characters in, and since it'll be a very fancy academy, right, wizards, cloaks are going to be very important. Dresses also. Shirts, not so much, because everyone's going to be wearing their outfits. However, if Gabby were to take off her, what would you call it, her cloak to reveal the dress, that makes sense. I feel like it would make sense to study these guys. And I'm the troll ears and band. Oh no. My kryptonite. How dare you? Oh man. The only word I know that's very long would be supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something kind of atrocious. If you see it a lot enough, you're always on the mostest. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. We're back from the ads though, so welcome. And we doing cloaks today? Oh yeah. Cloaks are after this shirt guy's done. So let's see. The hope is to do darker lines here to show off, hey look, this is a shirt. Does it feel like that if I do darker lines here? Not quite. I think the dark lines here help it off as shirts. And cloaks are always very important. You don't want to let the servant folk know when you're naked or not. That's what robes are for. Cloaks are because you're fancy. Something like that, and I think this is okay. It's these guys where they're underneath, right? They're underneath the shirt, so they get there. I feel like, yeah, maybe here would be okay. I'm just trying to get the shirt idea down, and I feel like, you know what? Maybe simpler's better. I think this is okay. I think this is fine. Maybe we can add a dark line here to show, hey, this is the shadow. But aside from that, I think the shirt's okay. And someone been giggling? That's not a verb. That is the sound. Very different. And what about for Electric Wizard? They have a skeleton sprite too? What do you mean? I feel like it could be fun to do, what would you call it? And let me save this here as we move on to Cloaks, because I feel like Cloaks would be very fun. Let me grab you and move you to, let's see, slide you over to the cool guy. Let me move you up here. And then I'll go back down here and move you here, like that. If you mean maybe having, what would the flavor be associated with electricity? Like maybe shocking? I don't know if you remember that candy that when you ate it would pop in your mouth. And patrician's tricks? What do you mean by patrician's tricks? So, other games we have are Pokemon. Let's look at the Pokemon sprites. I think for it being about an hour left and launch the torpedoes and sour? Yeah, I could say sour being it. Yeah, sour could certainly. What, is there another wizard that would fit sour? Now let's see, for Cloaks. Any cloak people we have here? That's a trench coat. We have, surprisingly, no cloaks for Pokemon. Huh. I could have swore at least some of these guys had cloaks. This is a trench coat. I thought the dragon guy. There's a dragon guy that has a cloak. Hold on, I am not mistaken. I have seen these sprites so many times. I know he's here. Maybe I just don't see him. And it's the ancient Greek upper class. Oh, I see. You know, crazy people. Are all upper people just crazy? And Banda giggles. Not possible. That's not a verb. Let's see. If I go here to Pokemon, I want to see if I can find the guy I was talking about, as I thought his cloak was pretty neat. Pokemon, is it black and white I'm thinking of? If I go here, open you, kind of got a cloak. I'm looking for the dragon trainer. He was the one that had a cloak. Nope, this guy has a cloak. There you are. Why aren't you on this list? Yoink. Thanks for your service. And close ya. Oh, hold on, let me make sure I save first. Now for this guy, we certainly will be able to do front and back, I think, inside. I'll go ahead and grab you here, delete you there. Alrighty, lovely, and save it. And there's a orange hair guy, like, that has a poncho like cloths. Hold on, I think I've seen that guy. The more I look at these sprites, the more I get familiar with them. But I'm not seeing him here. Interesting. There's an orange hair guy, orange hair. Never mind, he's orange clothing. And his name is Lance. Oh, the dragon guy? I see, he does feel like a Lance, especially for a dragon. Lancelot. I can see it, yep. Let me go ahead and remove, where are we at? You here, yep. Go ahead and grab, oh, never mind. M, grab ya, yoinka, knee layer, paste layer. Remove all of these things, and Lance the Mighty Champion. Yeah, it does feel like he'd be the dragon trainer. From here, what I'll do is I will grab up these guys and hold on. The flashes, it feels very spooky. I'll grab our plates here, move you up. There you go. Look at you, nice and fancy. That way, I can move you back up to you. Let's see. Here, yep, you're there, and then you're here. And you are that layer, so you will be this layer. Slide you up, move you here, to make it easier to see. Now, he has a red on the inside, black on the outside. And Eris, will today's lesson be the final exam? Yes, math equations. If you will look and turn to page 264, you will see at the very top, if one of you could raise your hand and just say the words aloud. Now, I'm not going to choose any of you that have your hand raised. No, I'm going to choose the person that looks like they don't want to be chosen. Oh, that was always the worst. Let me go ahead and move this here. Save this. And then we're going to need a dark red and blue. So let's see. And he's going to eat our little guys. He'll be fine. His little guys aren't edible. And I feel some unresolved issues there. No! Me! I'll have you know, I was a teacher's pet. I enjoyed answering the questions when I knew the answers to them. The issue lied and me not knowing the answer. And then it also became, when I was in school, the worry of me answering too much. Or I was usually the only person that wanted to answer things. And like, put your hand down. We need other people to answer. Oh man, let's see. Let's go back here and hold on here. And what about the guy sleeping? Does he get a pass? Nah. I can only recall one time where I fell asleep in class. It was surprising, but getting up early was awful. And that's very relatable, don't worry. You're the teacher's pet. Really? I know, shocker. Let me get the dark blue here, and I'm not seeing dark blue, so we use red. We'll keep with the red and his dark blue here, so maybe I can go to blue here. Like that, and then raise up the blue just a smidge to about here. Let's see, about maybe you're too saturated, so I'll move you here. There we are, the colors. And I mean, honestly, your streams are better than teaching any school I've been to. Oh, and I feel like you can do things the healthy way. Thank you, thank you. I try here, and same here. Glad to have fellow teacher students. And Eris, you look like you don't want to say anything in front of the class. Oh no. I've been spotted. Alrighty, so for the cloak guy, he kind of has that little, what would you call it? I like to call it the Dracula collar. And I hate it when I was told to draw on the whiteboard. I'm left-handed, so it was really hard not to smudge. I love drawing on the whiteboard. It was so interactive. It was fun getting to use all the markers. Okay, so for here, what I'm going to try to do first is add that feel of it being above him, in the sense of I'm going to blot things out. So let me grab you here, and we're trying to go for that collar feel. So something like this possibly, and then it comes around, and then it goes down a little bit. So it only goes down possibly like down there, maybe like that there. And then he's got the cloak on the back here. Something like this, I feel like would now he feels like a vampire. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. We add, well, the inside stays red. So we'll go ahead and add our red inside. And I drew that good. Okay, and from here, let's go ahead and blot this in. And for this guy, I want to do the 360 turnaround. I feel like that's very important for the whole feel, and something like that there. Yeah, but we want the pointy bit, but the issue is because of the way the hair is, it's a little bit tricky to do said pointy bit. So if I go ahead and remove some of your ear. Oh, hold on. Is it this ear that I need to remove? Nope. I need to remove other things. Ooh, this is tricky. Maybe we can move this down. One, like that. Yeah, there we go. Something like this, where it's still familiar. And let's see, I feel like Eris can make 3 pixels smile. It's very easy to do. Look, hold on. We have 1, 2, 3. 3 pixel smile. Easy peasy. Let's see, let me save this here, and I did that lovely. And Lance is a cheater. You need to level up Dragonair to level 55 to evolve a Dragonite. Meanwhile, he's at 3 Dragonites level 47. So, cheater, maybe he's just in tune with his dragon cereal. Have you ever thought of that? They evolve to you, right? So maybe you're just get good. For the inside of the cloak, we have, well, that's inside, and then we also have this is the dark guy here. And oh, don't tell her I picked 3 because I knew she could do it with a smile. I feel cheated. I feel like you'll get a gold star. Yay. And about that, one time a teacher told me he's gonna quiz me next lesson because he was talking in class, studied, and the subject word event, and when the time came, he quizzed a teacher pet sitting in the first row. I love sitting in the first row. That was the best prime real estate. It's awful when I didn't get this in the first row. I'm thinking we can do cloak maybe like this, right? Come out and down around like that here. Maybe move it down to like this here, and this is my 3 pixel smile. Beautiful. Lovely. I'm thinking something like this. Maybe we can have the cloak curl in. So something like this here, where it curls in, and then we get the front. So we get the front part of the cloak, like that, there. And then we have this here. Does it feel like it's curling in? I don't think so. And the first row is great if you're doing great. If you're not, it's just stressful. That's very true, yeah. And the first row helped also because I like leaning in close. So the easier they made it, the better it was for me. Let's see. something like that, that there. I think this works out. And Iris, stop talking in my class. Oh man, it felt the worst. My heart would always drop if I did something wrong by the teacher. I couldn't handle it. And so Cloak's like a big pigtails. It can be if you want it to be. The issue is his cloak is very long and ours isn't. He's standing. His standing makes it hard to have that cloak ability there. But I think this has that cloak feel, right? So let's go ahead and do his side and his back. I think that would be the best use of our time. So let me go ahead and delete you. Delete you. I'll grab the side here, and then I need to grab the back. So hold on. Let me move you here. Save you. Let me grab my radial. You'd be in, let's see what folder. You, and then you. Found the folder. And then we'll go ahead and grab the back of you. Lovely. And your class is the type where someone would bring food and everyone can enjoy it and have fun? Well, hold on now. Crumbs would get everywhere. We have to remember to be hygienic here. But I would allow snack time. That's one thing I did enjoy. It was when the teacher brought in snacks. Or when they would say to bring in food and then everyone would share it around. And so it'd be like a whole big potluck. But it wouldn't be snacks during class. It'd be midway as... Thinking you can't work on an empty stomach. That was the worst. So having food available at least before class or after class, very handy. And so many use. And are you drawing during my lesson? No. What I'll do for this guy, right, is a trick I like to do where we just copy it, paste it, bring it into here, and this is the back view. So all I'll do here is something like this, where all of this is getting covered up. So you can't even see it. And then this guy also gets covered up. And this guy here, you probably do like that there. And it is the front. So we'll do the front here. Probably something like that there, this here. Yep, there we go. Oh, hold on. That there. Yeah, like that. And that. There we are. And then have you here. And watching Magic School Bus. Oh yeah, on the VHS tapes. That was the best in science class. And food, sharing food. Teacher bring food. Where did you go to school, Evan?
The underscore Ema just followed.
Thank you for the follow. Them Emmer, is that how you say it? Thank you, welcome in. I've had like cookie parties before. They were delicious. And it's a rare sight in some classes, like pieces. I've been to many schools before, not all were the same. And for this guy here, what I want to do is I want to add shading so it feels like it's the bottom of the collar. So for that, I'll add this here, I think, and then we'll do more here. So it's an example of an attempt to do, hey, look, this guy's coming outwards, and then we have more cloak. So fill that guy in. And then for here, I'll add, oh, we need to remove some of your shoulder. You're not going inwards as much as I'd like. And it's okay to modify them a little bit. I'm thinking maybe this here, something like that feels a little bit better. Maybe even like that could help. Add that feel, and then maybe we can add this as the darker so it doesn't feel too off. Something like that I think could help. Maybe we can even do something here. However, this 3-2, right? That feels a little bit better. And he also kind of looks like he's wearing a little, well, what would you call it? A shirt underneath? I think it's cute. And thank you. I stole it for myself in my tabletop RPG. I'm sure I just borrowed it. And are you old enough to know what a VHS is? I used to own many VHSs, all right? I had a whole collection of Care Bears. The good old days. Let's see here. I think this is fine, though. I really feel like this would be arms. He feels fancy. Hold on. I like this. I like this a lot. This is that dark color here, but maybe we could do arms here, and there. It'd have to be a different color, but I really do like that red. Lovely color. And oh man, what a time, I tell you. I like this, though. I think this is working well. We just need the back of the cloak, and I don't think Pokemon we're gonna find the back sprites. However, I do know where we can find a back of a sprite, and that would be Undertale Yellow for a back of a cloak. I believe, right? Yep, there we are. He does have some back sprites, so let's do you. Yeah, there we are, copy. We'll go ahead into here. I'll go ahead and do on this layer, paste it here. Actually, we'll paste it here, just so it's easier to see. Move you back up here, select the right layer, move you back up, And let's see. Let's check this layer. And she said, yes, years old. She was the one who wrote down the oldest trick in the books. I was there when the scroll was created, and that looks good. Thank you, thank you. I remember watching Bill Nye in VHS and CD. Oh, that was the best. Oh, man. So for here, it seems like, well, he has a hood. Maybe we can find a fancier cloak to get some references from. Let's take a look. So if I go ahead and hide and show, these are all the characters. Now we have some cloaks here, but I don't know if we'll be able to find the cloaks we're looking for. Some of these cloaks are very different, and I think they're super neat. Especially this. I can't get over this with all the smoke and pew. I think it's neat. And yellow time, oh yeah. And I just noticed how much your eyebrows bounce when you talk fast. Eyebrow wiggle. I can't do it on command. Let's see. I'm looking for cloaks. There's Dracula cloak again. Dracula cloak, kind of like here, right? You can see the back of it, but then there's 3 colors, and his feels like cloth. It doesn't feel silky. I'm going for a silky feel. It feels like it's a different. And I was the one who invented the Elmo projector. Oh man, I remember the projectors where you used to use the light, and then there were these erasable marker clear thingies. I think you're underestimating your ability to teach someone. I always try to approach this as what would I would have wanted to learn had I been watching from the backline. You can see here again, this one's more torn up, and it's interesting how they use a few colors here. I'm looking for anything that has ripple, and this can help us. I think we should look at Undertale Yellow and Shovel Knight. And look at these sprites. Aren't they adorable for Shovel Knight? I think they're adorable. So cute. I am looking for cloak, though. Back of cloak. Got any back of cloaks? Some of them are back of cloak. And I remember watching weird, not even that old. Interesting. And let's see. I'm an indie game developer who believes in learning through experimentation, embracing our mistakes. Like you believe in a right way to teach. Mistakes should be okay. 100%. Yeah. Magic School Bus, that's what it reminds me of. The make mistakes, get messy. Okay, we'll grab the cloak from here. I think this will be a good reference, so I'll go ahead and yoink this guy as I'm looking for the black back of the cloaks. So I'll grab you here, undo you here, paste you, oh, hold on. Where are we at? Okay, you need to be here, and then I need to make sure we're on the Shovel Knight layer. Yep, copy. Go ahead and paste you here, and then anything else we can grab. Hold you here. I don't think so. I think we're good to go. Yeah. And what about a sprite for the villain or Sleeping Beauty? I have to look. We already have lots of these, but I can certainly check after stream. And I keep forgetting my food. You're too entertaining. Make sure you eat. That's very important. Food, very important. And grab his cloak. He won't need it. He won't need it where he's going. From here. I'll zoom in a little bit more. We'll go back to the layer we were working on, which was this layer here. Yep. Okay. Now, when I think about doing the top, and to make this a little bit easier to do as well, I'll go ahead and copy this so we can get a few versions. So I'll copy you here, paste you here, and then paste you also here. Yeah. And then I'll go ahead and copy the back of this guy. So copy, paste, slide you over. There you go. And paste you here. Yep, there you go. Just get all nice and comfy. Okay, so there's a few ways we can do it. And I did do that. Good. And good. Okay, we're good. Saying that, one way I can think of is to just have the darker areas. So for example, we can see here where the bottom of the cloak is dark. So something like, oh, hold on. Oh, they have a diagonal symmetry tool now? Oh, that's neat. Interesting. We learned something new. It feels like it was part of a new update or something. So I'll go ahead and grab here, and I'm going to do like how they do it here, where the bottom of the cloak is dark. And I'm guessing it's dark because he's walking. So it would be more something like this. And then this bottom part here would be where it's dark. That's my guess. However, there's a few different ways we can do this. So I'm curious to see. Something like this is what I feel like that Clark would have. The cloak. Something like that. Or maybe, right? Maybe we could do something at the bottom, possibly. So maybe instead we can do, let's see, grab it here. Draw some flower girls. That'd be the little flower crown or something. And it's a dress now. Not quite. Oh, I can see it as a dress. Oh, yeah. What have you done? Oh, no. I can see it. I can see it. Hold on. Oh, where are my colors at? Where's the gold? He's beautiful. Okay. It's fine. We're good to go. We're fine. I need to remove this. Okay. We're back to the regular scheduled program. Silly guy Coda. It called. I had to answer. Alright. Move this back on here. Oh man, it's the happiest day of his life. He's so happy. I've never heard you laugh like that. That is the laugh I like to call plan. I need a screenshot. Oh man, my mouth hurts now. It smiled too much. Kind of reminds me of the joke Princess and Castle Crashers. I've heard of Castle Crashers, so I'll have to see it and giggle tag. My mouth. And poor Tim. Look at his expression while you're laughing. You're laughing and he's dying. How could you laugh at a time like this? Let's see, something like this maybe, but I don't quite like it. And it reminds me of Reventure somehow, not the art style, but the same feeling. I never heard of Reventure. That's one I'll have to look into. And we could also do here some shading on the cloak. So maybe something like this, some really heavy shading. And then we also have maybe some heavy shading here and here. So open it up a little bit here. That's a little funny looking. Something like that maybe for our cloak, where it's kind of going off to the side. And then here, I think it should also be cloak going off to the side. So maybe something like that and that there. And if you play it, tell me. I'll dash through the world to see the stream. Speed. Hold on. I will copy the name. There we are. Copy and paste. So I'll save it for later. There we are. Thank you for the suggestion. I'll certainly give it a look. And I really need to eat too, so I have to go. No worries, Jack. And good luck with making him look like a Mr. Awesome Folk guy and remembering the Discord study thing. Yes. This time I will remember. And eat well. Yep. And I told you, your side effects involve cheeks hurting. They do. Oh man, I need to recover a little bit. I'll do this here. And I'm just trying to add a feel of it being a little bit on the cloak feel. And I think I added it. Something like this, maybe even something like that. There, nah. Oh no, hold on. Something like that there, maybe, and then another guy here, maybe, to show off cloak. But I feel like this is more akin to cloak. If I scroll out here and we look at some of these guys, right? We have, I'm guessing they're shading here because of their arms. However, they're in the same position, but it's a little bit different. When I'm looking at these guys, yeah, interesting. Okay. Saying that, let's scroll in a little bit more. I quite like this. I'm wondering, right? Maybe we can take the combination of 1 and 2 and move them together. So copying this. Oh, undo. I need to copy you. Nope, you. Yeah, the clothing layer. Copy you. Paste you. Move you over here. Oh, hold on. Move you over here. I can go ahead and remove the side guys. So remove you here and remove you here. And then from there, copy. Oh, I'm trying to copy you guys. So continuous. You, and you. Copy, paste, and then slide you over as well. So something like this. Kind of, sort of, in a way, but I don't like it quite. And I wonder what it looks like when it moves. Oh, I feel like it could be a lot of fun to animate them. A little swish, swish. That's the feeling I get. So let's see, something here. Then maybe we can do bigger guy here, and there's an outline for the cloak, so maybe that there, and then maybe we can also do one here. It doesn't feel the same, I have to say. I'll go ahead and move that there. And then we have a kind of cloak going here. So maybe it's because it's too tall. Maybe I need to go a little bit smaller. So something here instead. And then lower you a little bit. Make you a little smaller. And then from here, also add a cloak going out here and here. Something like that feels like it adds more cloak feel. And cloak guy got 2 ladies. Good for you, cloak guy. The dresses, I can't see it and unsee it now. And I clipped the thing myself. My timing was off, so I missed the end with the blush though. It's unfortunate there's a time limit. I'll have to say that. What it looks like afterwards, oh man. And then from here, maybe we can add a midtone. So for the midtone, what I can do is go 50-ish% here, grab this color here, and then from there, what I can do is add these guys. So say, oh look, it's shaded down here too. So something like this for the shaded area. So maybe I can do this here, and then all of this here would be shaded. So something like that. And then we also have this guy here, all along this line, and something like that. Maybe we can add a curving area here, possibly like this, and then also maybe a curving area here, like that. What do you think? I like it. I think it looks nice. So I can't unsee the, I can't unsee the dress now. And let's see, make it short, and a YouTube short that is. Oh, yeah, that feels like it would be, along with the the muted one. And however, we do get pure joy of Iris laughing for 2 minutes. Oh man. It hurts my soul. I don't know if I'll be able to recover. I want to try adding some lighting here. And what happens if we add a little bit of light color? Let's see. Move you here just a smidge. Move you here just a smidge. Okay, you're not light. Move you up a bit so you're light. Something like that. Maybe. It feels like there's a bit of lighting here. Maybe we can even do that there to show off, hey, that's the Cloak lighting, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. These lines here, maybe? Possibly, but I don't think they're needed, truth be told. And hello, my lord. And the left one looks like she's doing a curtsy. How cute. There's some curtsy, I think, sprites on here. Let's see. Curtsy. Yeah, there we are. A little curtsy sprite. They're adorable. And let's see. Moving back here. And I did read that. Lovely, lovely. Okay. Saying that.
Downgrade 101 subscribed
downgrade.
on YouTube.
Thank you for the subscription on YouTube. Welcome, Industry. Welcome to Shenanigans. I hope you enjoy. Welcome in. From here, to get the side view of the cloak, what I'll do is I will grab that front view guy, right? So I'll go ahead and grab you, Control-C, paste, move you here, and I'll do something like this. And the hope is to keep it feeling the same. So I'll go ahead and copy, paste, flip you here, and then we're going to use a little bit of trickery to hopefully make it feel like it's in line with the other guys. So something maybe, let's see. Maybe you can go here and like that. And this feels too serious. There we are. Less serious. Oh, and so dramatic. And I did read that. And the back of his cloak is black. Do you mean here? The hood at least? Or what are you talking about exactly? 0. And it's a horse to see? Huh? And turn them all on? Oh, hold on. Did I miss something, 0? Scroll up. Nope, I don't believe so. Cloak should be off the ground. Oh, that's what you were saying earlier. Sure, we can try. And the back of his cloak is black, but I quite like the red, so we kept red for the dark color. And Lance, yep. Let's see. I don't mind trying to, before we even add the side, let's try to do make the cloak up more. So if I go ahead and do M here, oh, hold on, M, there we are. Copy, paste, move you here, and then save you here. Then from there, what we can do is copy the plate, copy, paste, move you in, and then let's see about moving you up. So move you up. Oh, wrong guy. We need to delete that layer. That layer's got nothing on it. So delete layer. Yep. And then layer 2 also has nothing on it. So delete layer. And then you can go up a little bit. But it feels, I guess you could do something like this, right? Where he looks a little cool. Maybe what we could do is let's see. I'm zoomed in way too much. Let's slide it over a little bit. Okay. And then from here, I've been enjoying that red outline. It's very nice, but that's not what the other guys are. So it'd be more along the lines of, and his back cloak is blue, I believe. I think this is blue. Yeah, it's blue. So it's blue on the outside, red on the inside. And I have some blues here, but it's interesting to see the blue on the outside. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, are these the outside or the inside? And I like the red, and it's in the cauldron. What do you mean? Oh, I can see the cauldron. Yeah, just put him in a little cauldron. I want to see about doing more of a flare for this cloak here. Yep. And since it'll be dark for his head, we can do... No, never mind. What's a dark color we use for your body? Something like this. There we are. And from there, we could possibly go a little bit down more And I'm trying to get that cloaky feel without it being too non-cloaks or something like that, maybe. And then the symmetry tool turns them all on. Let's see. Huh? Let's see this? What do you mean it turns them all on? Let's see, let's see. Like that. But this feels a little funny. Feels a little off. So maybe what we can do is, oh, hold on, do like this. And then this guy here is the underneath. And what about spooky flare at the bottom? What do you mean by, oh, spiky flare? I see. And I can't believe I never asked this, but did you play any Zelda? No, I never got the chance to. I was never a console person. Let's see, spiky. Like this, do you mean? I want to try doing Zelda, try the Pokemon games. I've never tried them before, but they seem like a lot of fun. But one day soon. And there's no S on turn? What do you mean? I don't get what you mean, Cyril. Can you elaborate a little bit? Let's see, something like this here. I think this could work to make it feel like it's part of the cloak, right? Maybe a little bit here, and then we have spooky cloak time, and that there. And looks like an old school Final Fantasy mage. Ooh, lovely to hear it. I do have some old school Final Fantasy sprites. Let's see. And these sprites are so tiny. Where are they at? Here we are. That's what they look like. This is the old school ones. We have some of these guys. There should be more. Here we are. This guy here. There we are. And his front sprite, I'm sure I have it. There we are. It was a top-down view, but he looked like he was wearing a big old poncho. And Echoes of Wisdom is amazing to start Zelda. It's very beginner-friendly. I see. Well, thank you. I will save that. Thank you. Yeah, it's one of those things where I want to get around to it eventually, but I gotta figure out how to do it. But I will save that for later. Thank you, Ancia. Okay, let's see. Let me go ahead and save this here. And from here, what I think we should do is have some of these guys come up. Now, because these guys are going up, I think we should have this guy going down. So something like this, however, that doesn't seem right. So instead, maybe something like this, and have, oh, hold on. And all I'm trying to do for these is I'm trying to make it have a feel of, what's the word I'm looking for? Depth? Like a wavy feel. That's the feel I'm trying to go for. So where it would go up and down, something like up, down, and when you're going up and down, so let me grab this guy to hopefully make it a little bit easier to understand what I'm doing. So something like this, and then this here would be your down, right? And then for our up, let me go ahead and erase this. It would be something up here, and then let's go ahead and paste this in here. And then when we go up again, it would be up like this here. So it's kind of got this wavy up, down feel that I'm trying to go for. That's the feel I'm going for. And that's looking awesome. Thank you, Preston. How very sweet. And I'll cover my bases. I'll cover my bases. Got ya. And besides, they'll serve an Undertale. What do you play? I mean, computer games. I can't think of them at the moment. And Wrinkle? Yeah, Wrinkle. And that's hard to do only with 2 colors? Oh yeah. It's one of my favorite. That's why I like the color idea itself. It's just hard to do. So think of, how do you show 2 colors at once? And then it might be a thing of making this the dark one, but it's just that I have fun doing it. It's that illusion that never gets old. And feel free to answer later. It's okay. Thank you, Anthea. Yeah, no worries. I'm gonna have to think about it, that's for sure. So let's see. With that said, that's what I'm trying to accomplish here with this guy going up, right? And then we have it coming down, and then we have it coming up, and then we come down, and then up. And I think we have that up, down feeling. So I'll go ahead and erase this guy here, and go ahead and save. Now, is there a highlight we can add? As I know some of these guys do have highlights. And also, it's looking awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. It's always fun, at least for me, doing drapery. Drapery is really fun. When you get to do the cloaks, things like this, it's super fun. Doing clothing with shirts, who wants to do that? When you could do drapery and frills, and can I redeem you complimenting your own drawing? I'm enjoying my drawing. I like my drawing. My drawing is great. You don't have to redeem it for that. I am looking for drapes like this. This is very, but it feels like cotton, almost. Maybe, I don't know why I get that feeling. And time to pull out your old NES and do some research. And I'm so mad right now, I lost my flash drive and all my work. Oof. Best of luck to you, Zero. That is, oh man, I've had that happen to me a few times and it's never fun. I'm looking for highlights. That's what I'm looking for. So for example, the highlights might have, let's see. This guy here might have highlights. If I drag that up here, go up here. Okay, this is way too bright. But the highlights might go here because it's going at the front, possibly. I don't know what I'm saying. But the idea is that because this is out more, it's at the top and these are down more, they're darker was the idea. But I don't think it got through. So for example, there's these guys down here. That guy goes down here. This guy. Let me turn on symmetry tool so I don't have to make this hard on myself. There we go. And then you here, and then you here. Yep. And then we have a darker color for this guy. So maybe it would be something like this here and then this here. How does that feel, do you think? Does it feel still like a cloak? Maybe not. I don't know how I feel about it. It's interesting for sure. I don't know if I like it, but I'll save it. As it's interesting. That's all I can say. So I'll go ahead and copy you. Then undo. As maybe, again, keeping it simple with the 2 colors, that's usually your best bet. And can I slide the color guy down here? Hold on. You. Who holds the colors? Who is the owner of colors? This is why we label things, and this is why I forgot. Let's see. We have you, We have you, and you. Who's the colors? Who's the owner? That's up. Yeah, everything needs to be organized. So you know what? We'll take this side guy here, and we'll move you for now. So we'll remove you. And maybe today we'll finish the black hole, but I'm not sure. Best of luck, Rudy. And what's your favorite / best part of your drawing? If you don't have to answer, you don't want. I like the shading. I like being able to transform pixel art with 2 colors. For example, I really like this. I like how it's so simple, but it gets that drapery feel. And alt click or control? What do you mean? And this is my drawing. There are many like this, but this one is mine. I was saving this guy here. And that way I could, oh, hold on. That's the wrong guy. You need to go on this layer. There you are. And alt control click. Alt control click. Control click. Ooh. Is this doing what I think it's doing? No, I thought it was choosing it based off of what I selected. But I'm hitting control. Is it alt control? No. I think there is a hotkey for that. Your shading is great indeed. Thank you. I'm really proud of it. I'm surprised at it. I'm really happy with how it came out though. And just looking at him behind the shading. You don't need to see any of that. Close your eyes. Okay, so let's see. Hide you, and hide you guys. Okay. If you do control click. I did do control click. Control click. This is on this top layer here. Control click. Click, control. Nope. But I can certainly Google it afterwards, Zero. Thank you for the heads up. And this makes me hope there's a vampire, maybe as a boss in your game. I would love to add vampires and just fancy people, as vampires would certainly fall into that Wizard Academy. Maybe they can be hemomancers. Oh, that'd be fun. Let's see. I think this takes care of our back, though. Let's try working on that side now, which was the one I was struggling with. So let me go ahead and move this guy back up here to make him more visible. Oh, hold on. Wrong layer. Right layer. Move you here. Yep. And go ahead and save you here. Lovely. Oh, hold on. Eliminate here. And actually, we'll do ads now. That way, we won't be interrupted when the end of the stream comes. As I think that's a little bit better than having it come at like 58. And it gives me a chance to also get some lemonade. What am I trying to do with the control click? I'm guessing what Zero's trying to have me do is, I know there's a way to do it, where if you click an item on a layer, it will go to that layer. But I'm not sure which buttons they are. But I know it exists. I forgot it existed, but it is a thing. And I still have a little bit of water left. And I only want food with red color. Red color food is tasty, and it doesn't work if you're highlighting. Try it with the brush. Oh, sure. B for brush. Control click. Hold on. Control click. Brush. Control click. Nope, still not working. If I go here, we should go to the plates layer, as that's what this guy is. So if I do control, oh, that's alt. Click. Ah, I see. Okay, hold on. This guy here? What's this layer? Oh, hold on. What's this layer? Oh, layer 4. All right. Oh, what are these layers, huh? Layer 4. Okay, what about you? Okay, you're layer 4. Okay, well, hold on. Yeah. Okay, this layer. Ah, plates. Shouldn't be. You should be moved to layer 4. Technology. You did a terrible thing, Zero. I will take this knowledge and use it. For good, of course. Thank you. Let me go ahead and move it here and put it on layer 4 so they're all connected. Lovely. Let me save it here. And then we'll go back into what layer do we go? I wonder. Control click. Oh, hold on. Are we already on the layer? No. Pencil tool. Control click. Yeah. Great. This is great. And they were good, of course. Famous last words. I just needed to clarify. I tried my best. Your best is great. It's lovely to hear. And let me finish off this water. Get a little bit more. Spreading chaos through the land. That's not chaos. That's order. Because it means I can organize my layers better now. Right? It's completely different. If you didn't show me it, I would live more in chaos. Not that I lived in it before, but you know, it's more of a like a little bit more, a little bit less. Let me get some water. I am out of water. What a terrible, terrible thing to have happened. We have about 15-ish minutes left. The ads are about to restart. And let me go ahead and save this guy here. And can and will are two different things? What do you mean? Let's see. Let me slide this over here. And I think we're all good to go. I think, yeah, after we do the side guy here and you saw nothing, Flame do. Nothing whatsoever. But welcome back from the ads. Let us continue now. Let's see. For this side guy, I want it to have the dark colors to show off, hey, this is in the background. So I'll go ahead and do this here. And I don't even think we need an outline, as I think the outline might be a little bit too much. So we might just do this here, as it's hard to see the two different colors, right? And if I go into sprite here, color mode, we try the grayscale again. Look how it's really hard to see the two different colors, especially when I zoom out. You can't really see it. That's why it's tricky to see. And 15 minutes until we stream for 5 more hours. I streamed for 5 hours, so you got me from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. EST, and it is currently 4:44. All fours. Where's the last 4? I feel cheated. 4444. That would have been better. I want the back of the cloak, so maybe we could do something like this here. The issue is just that outline is a little tricky. And then from there, we can go ahead and do our blob method again. So we can go ahead and have, let's see. We can do over, so maybe something like this, and have this guy come back here and then have the trail and you can't see it. Hold on. There you go. You should be way more visible now. And I realize I can watch stream while my food is cooking. So hello again. The back cloak looks great. Words. Thank you, Jack. I tried a few different variations and I like all of them. I think they're fun. Let's see. So I'm thinking we can do something like this here. And depending on where we do the arm at, it'll certainly feel a little bit different. We have a bit of that guy there. And then if we do, let's see, this guy for the bottom right. Okay, so I left for a while, but I'm back. Welcome back, Scarlet. Welcome back. Let's see. So something like this for the outer layer, and then this guy here for our collar. The collar kind of goes down a little bit. So maybe we could do something like this instead, where it shows, hey, look, I'm going down in space. Something like you, maybe. And make it a foot too long because he's wearing his dad's cloak. You could certainly always make it a little bit bigger and start with control click. Then you start using console commands. Then you get into a loan to a bank, buy a house, invest in the stock market, put a loan in on a house for a business. Then you are rich. Or you're rich. Cha-ching! Dollar bills. Let's see here. I think this is fine for just a dark feel of the cloak, right, in the background. And vampires are just gothic elves. You're not wrong. Vampires are neat, though. I'm much more of a fan of werewolves. I think they don't get enough love compared to vampires. And I think I've had a revelation. I see. Chaos. Chaos has not happened, all right, Zero. I don't know what you're on about. Let's see. Maybe move this here, like that. Yeah, like there. Maybe even do this for the darker side. And then from there, we can grab these colors, right? And do the inside. So again, we're sticking to the blotting feeling. We're doing all of these guys here. And then we have that dark color. So we'll do this for the dark color since that's the outline. And then here we'll have you and you. So all of you guys shall be these little guys. Yeah. And I think that works. Go ahead and save it here. Now, I'm wondering, maybe this is better. Maybe this is better like that for our cloak, it feeling more round. Maybe we can even do something like this where it feels like the cloak is doing more cloaky things, do you think? and he's 1 crown away from being king. Well, I'll have you know, one of the this topic was voted on in Discord. I think that's what I'll start doing now, where every 3 weeks, I'll think of ideas of what to draw, and then I'll have a vote. And this one won. It's a clothing one this time around. Next time will be water, so that was second best. And then third time around will be crowns. So eventually, I will learn how to draw crowns. Eventually. All right, now we're doing clothing. Next time will be water, and then the time after that will be crowns. I'm really excited for that one. That one sounds like it would be the most fun for me. I do like the cloaks though. Cloaks for me, drapery. And there is no down in space. There is in fact no direction in space. Oh wait, you mean the other space? Spaces. There's tons of different spaces. Something like this, I think. And do you say crayon or crowns? Crowns like royalty. I want to do a crown study one day, and I hope it'll be the week after next week, since next week will be a water study. But where's he at? Look at her. Crown. I want to learn how to draw this crown. And there's another crown too. There's tons of crowns I was able to find. But this time will be clothing, next time will be crown. And crowns are probably easy to learn but hard to master. Oh yeah, that seems to be the case for all things pixel art. From here, what I'll do is I'll keep in mind that this is the dark guy, right? So this is the dark underneath, and then this is the light that comes out of the cloak. We could possibly do this here to show, hey look, this is still a dark part of the cloak. So I'll do these guys here like that, I think. And then, no, for crayons. Oh, no, I didn't say crayon, I said crown. There's a little bit of a difference, and circles are hard to learn, easy to master. Everything is pain. All I know is pain. I'm thinking maybe, no, I like that roundness. And then from there, can we add a bit of a ripple? Does a ripple work here? Something like that there? Maybe more so like this, hold on. Like that there? Possibly for like a ripple, do you think? Maybe we could do a little less on the extreme bits there, and then add here and here and here. Maybe a little bit more rounding there. Hold on. You there? Possibly? I think that works, and everything is pay to win. Gotta have lots of months. Let's see. And draws a gold W. Behold, a crown. I mean, the easiest crown to draw is, let's see. Just do this. Crown. It's as easy as you're gonna get. And I think it works. I think it's adorable. But I want to draw big crowns and oh, look at his hair. It's adorable. Let me go ahead and erase this guy here. Lovely. And I did read that. Good. Okay, good. And McDonald's. Let's see. I want to see if there's a way to make this go up more. Maybe if we do this guy here, this guy goes down, and then maybe here. So have the, like that maybe? Can make it feel like it's doing things. Maybe this guy can have a round area. Something like this can maybe help with it feeling like there's a bit of round bits there for the points. Even the black pixels, since the crown spikes are often facing forward. Interesting. I feel like the crown spikes are always in every direction at once, and we did it. What do you mean? Let's see. So from that, I think, yeah. Is there another way we can draw this? Let's give this another try. Copy, paste. Move you over. From there, we'll grab the other thumb. Go ahead and copy you, paste you, slide you over. Is there any other idea I can think of? Let's see. And there's always a spot in the back with less spikes for the back of the head. Interesting. I never knew that. These are new things I get to learn. Lovely. As I'd love to draw myself with a crown, but I've yet to learn how to draw a crown, so I can't quite accomplish it just yet. Let's see. You there. You go up there. Yep. Press escape here. Now, if we don't do this guy here, right? And a whole stream done in 10 seconds. Easy. I see. That makes sense, yeah. Easy peasy. What if we were to do instead? Let's see. What if we did a dark line from the top? So something like this. Does that feel different? Let me slide you over. Maybe we can do something like that. But the thing is that it separates, right? So maybe instead of no gambling is when to pay. We don't gamble around here. That's not a thing. Gambling, bad. Yeah. Let's see. Here, yep. So what do you think? Do you like it when it's more or less? We have 2 here and all that. And Eris, can you draw an atom at a human scale? I didn't think you had it in you to be an evil, to have an evil laugh, Anthea. And from here, let's see. If we do a dark color, and okay, we're on the right layer. That color here. What if we have this as, let's see, this color? Interesting. I quite like the dark color for how bold it feels. And I know she did draw the animate human scale. Easy. And hi, Lusk, welcome in. And hopping to remind you not to forget to do the review at the end. Thank you for reminding me. I wanted to see if I could do it without getting reminded to, but by all means, I'll take the reminder. But I think, I don't know. I quite like the one with the longer line. But welcome in. And again, I hope you feel well. And while these are some great drawings, thank you. And technically, gotcha? No, and Bobby's the crown. Goes right on top of the head. I believe these are all good to go. And yeah, I like the dark color. I feel like it's nice. And this is my evil laugh. Although you have no proof that's evil. Quite the stigma, don't you think? I mean, it's hard to beat the idea of it being not evil. That'll be it for the clothing, guys. And so let's see what all of you have drawn for Discord. So if you happen to have drawn along, you can join the Discord and we can take a look at your art. So if I do exclamation DISCORD on here, like that there, and then I do that for here, and I also, oh wait, someone said it was still tricky on Discord, right? So let me double click, or we'll double check, and I'll do the Discord invite this way. And we have your evil laughter on tape, Iris. I have never had an evil laughter in my life. Never once. I have no idea what you mean. I'm innocent until proven guilty. Always. always, I tell ya. Let me go back into here. And then from there, yep, okay. So, let me go ahead and move you to planning again. And Alrighty. So once you join the Discord, you'll be in the welcome here. We have welcome to Bikini, Ruba, Box. What an interesting name. And let's see, Tails and Mr. Big and TK and whole Curry, is that how you say it? And Kimino? My guess? You can tell me how close I got. But welcome in, everyone. From here, what you'll do is you'll navigate down to the clothing study. So you can see in resources, we've done previous studies before. No, I got spoiled, but I'm excited to see. We've done previous studies before, and right now we're doing clothing. So you click on the clothing guy, and you're beyond proven guilty. Certainly, no. So I'll go ahead and open this guy up, and let's take a look at what everyone's been up to. And yeah, tons of new people. Ooh, this is really nice, Cyril. I like it's the hat and the cloak and the scarf. Another time we're gonna have to do scarves. I feel like scarves are such a great topic, but I really like the eyes behind it, and the pockets and the pants and the pointy shoes. I feel like shoes could be a topic as well, and the cult is growing at amazing rates. There's no cult. There's none. This is a lovely job though, Zero. And I'm not evil. Flashback neck break. That was accidental. Alright. That was accident. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, from Anthea. This reminds me of a, what would you call it? Like lava? Flowing lava clothing? This is really neat. I like the, what would you call it? These special effects. Lovely job. We also have one here. Ooh, more clothing. More void-like clothing, I'm feeling like it is. Can I drag and drop this? Can I just copy and paste? It's a little harder. Ooh, there we go. Far more easier to see. Hold on. Let me bring it in here. And hi, is it Golomoth? I remember that name. Welcome in. I believe I remember it at least. Welcome back, is my guess. But welcome in. This is really neat. It reminds me of like a black star, maybe? Space? And is that what your community is called? Cult? I didn't say that. Jack said that. That's not me. And you can ping me in chat if you want some help. Thanks, Lusk. Let's see. Let me go back into here, into planning. And you're getting all these right. Good. I'm glad to hear. That means you drew it very well. A lovely job, really. Let's see. Ooh, lovely. We have like a crop top. I'm thinking like a dress, a bikini, and another crop top, maybe skirt. Let me just drag it back over. I can't see it quite well. The background doesn't make it nice to see. And he has with the galaxy. These are all lovely. I really like the bikini too. It's adorable. The, what is it? The sprite, or not the sprites. The pixels here, they're great job. And the pants too. They're like big floppy pants. And the dress, and the shirt, and the pants. And the hair that you got distracted by. Lovely job all around. So let's see. Let's go back into planning. And thank you, Lusk, but you should be taking the day off easy. You haven't been well. You need to feel better. And I hit a wall for today. Take a break and enjoy the rest of the stream. Ooh, this is really nice. I like the, what would you call it, the stripes? The stripes on the shirt? straight dress. That's my guess. But I like the front part too. Very nice job, Ed. Very nice indeed. And you can. I did read that. Good. Okay, lovely. I also linked it on the welcome channel if anyone needs it. Thank you. So let's see. Let me go back down here. Ooh, cloak. Fancy. One of my favorites are the floofy cloaks that you have around your neck. So this is a really nice job. Hold on. This is from Kimino. Lovely job, Kimino. And I like how you incorporated the 2 tones for the cloak as well. Lovely job all around. Very nicely done, everyone. Very nicely done. And thank you for participating along to everyone who's here. Even if you didn't participate, the fact you've come in here and chatted, and even if you didn't chat, your presence alone. I hope it's been lovely around town. So let me go back into the sky here. With all of that said and done, to those of you who only really come around for pixel art stuff, next week we'll look at how to draw pixel art water. It's something I've covered before, but never on stream. So next week, we'll study pixel art water, and the week after that, we'll do hats. Tomorrow, I'll be working on my game, so it'll be a lot of programming, and we'll see where things go. And next week will also be Deltarune. Now, if you're on Twitch, consider sticking around, as I want to see if we can raid someone. It's always really fun to raid, but if you're on YouTube, this will be the end of me. So I'll go to the end screen, so I can end it on YouTube, and then come back to here for Twitch. But saying all of that, I hope you have a lovely, or I expect the YouTube short of you laughing at my screen by tomorrow evening. I hope you all have a lovely afternoon, morning, evening, good night, sundown, sunrise. And I hope to see you all tomorrow.